For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's the Buck Coach Malachi Williams in the building. True Media Today USA Boxing. We are back. True Media, man, we the truth when it comes to this boxing shit, man. When it comes to boxing, man, we are the truth. It is what it is. We make it do what it do. We poke pimp and show the lean on a Saturday morning. That means that we do be chilling. You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody can. Let me see, can anybody hear me? Anybody hear me? Let's see what's up. Yeah, it look like everybody can hear me. See. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Because I can hear myself. I can hear myself. What's going on, everybody, man? It is what it is, man. We make it crack alike. We make it crack alike over here, man. Man, you know, I was looking at the St. David's press conference going on right now. So I was kind of checking that out on the low. That's why I was a few minutes late. So I was kind of checking that out on the low, looking at the press conference right here, man. Checking out this St. David's press conference. Very, very interesting. Well, I say I can't refresh right now. It's gonna be very, very, very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. You know what I mean? So we gonna see what's happening, how it crack a light. Fight Saturday. I do think that Tank is a 10-1 favorite or something like that. He's highly favored in this fight. He's highly favored in this fight to win. So I think if he wins, this is what I predict. If Tank Davis wins, his fans gonna be, of course, excited, jumping up and down like he beat, like he beat King Kong. And then I think that the people, if Tank Davis wins, the people who won't be that impressed, they're gonna be like, well, yeah, you beat a guy, you beat a smaller guy, you beat a guy who moved up in weight, yada yada yada. You still haven't had a 50-50 fight yet or whatever. So that's how that's gonna be. But what got me was, you guys know I watch everything outside of the YTBC. I really don't watch a lot of YTBC content anymore because there's nothing there for me to watch, to be honest with you. So I always watch a lot of stuff that's not affiliated with the YTBC. So I'm looking at, I looked at $1 million worth of game, check that out. And I did see the interview with Tank Davis on $1 million worth of game with Wallow when I'm Gilly the Kid. And I'm not gonna lie, I really, really like that podcast because I like Wallow and Gilly the Kid. I really like their dynamics. I know they're cousins, but I really like their dynamics. If I ever was to have a show where I have a guest on, where I have a co-host, I would have to have a co-host who has a personality similar to mine. That's how we can feed off each other. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm a one-man show myself, but I would have to have a co-host. I can't get a guy who's going to be the opposite of me. It's not going to work. Not with me. True. Not with me. Shout out to Phil on the tube. You say DeMar was talking that is to Andrade today. He said look like he done with the humble stuff. Yeah, but they got to promote the fight now. Fee. So it is what it is. Right now they got to promote this fight. This fight is here. The fight is in 2 days? They're gonna have the weigh-in tomorrow. It is what it is. They got to promote this fight. So now I even saw where Rashidi Ellis said he want to fight Boots Ennis. And Boots is up there smiling and stuff. And it's amazing. It's amazing how you see these guys. Yeah, man, well, Boots calling out such and such. What's the name? Crawford ain't saying nothing. Why? Ignoring the fact that he's chasing Smith. Ain't nobody saying nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, but what about the dudes who calling Boots out? Blair or Flair, even though I don't think he can beat him, but Blair or Flair been calling him out. Nothing. Rashida Ellis said he want that smoke. Rashida Ellis said he want that smoke ASAP. That's what Rashida Ellis said. You know what I mean? So is he gonna duck him? Is he gonna fight him? Or is he gonna duck him? We'll find out. So depending on who the fighter is, who you like and who you don't like, that duck term that gets thrown around a lot. But guess what though? It's some boys out there that want him too. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now I'm not gonna lie. You know who I don't like watching? I don't like watching Steven Espinosa. I just don't like the dude. I mean, he just seemed like a very, very weasel-like individual. You can tell when he's lying. So I'm just anxious to see what what Paramount is going to do with Showtime. If they phase Showtime out, I wouldn't mind them phasing Showtime out. They can phase Showtime out, merging into the app, and merging into the app. I think that'd be great if they do that. Because Showtime got some good programs on there. Not necessarily fights, but just good TV programs on Showtime. And I'm not a TV watcher, so there's a lot of stuff that I be missing on television because I don't actively watch TV anymore. I haven't been actively watching TV for years now. So, I started watching TV because when politics started infiltrating everything, and everything got woke, and they started pushing the LGBT agenda. In sports and on different TV programs and just everywhere. I say I'm done. I can't do it. I'm done. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't do it. To each his own. But I hate seeing, not hate, but I don't like seeing like Stephen Espinosa. It just when he talks, it's like he's squirming and we're gonna have we got Boots Ennis. He's fighting on this fight card. And again, when you got someone that's dynamic as Boots, and he's on a 19 fight knockout spree, and and then we have it's just something about him. It's just something about him, dog, that I don't know. I can't really rock with him like that. I don't like him. I'm just being honest with you. True. I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't. I like Booger Ray now. I like Booger Ray. I like my dog Booger Ray. You know what I'm saying? But and I know Booger Ray full of shit, but that's neither here nor there. At least I know that. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. What you say, Adrian? You said Espinosa niggas explaining. Yeah, that's all he doing. He niggas explaining. That's all I be hearing. You know what I mean? That's all I be hearing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. So shout out to D-Rod. D-Rod, what to say, fam? You say I don't mean to offend any sexuals. He said, but coach, what names does Boots have under his resume that really stand out to you? Zero. None. He's a very talented fighter, but he ain't fought nobody. Like if you're going to say Terrence Crawford ain't fought nobody, or he ain't fought nobody, but see, who the hell Boots fought? Boots got more fights than Errol Spence. Don't you know that? Boots have more fights than Errol Spence? I think he do. As a matter of fact, I think he has more or one more, something like that. Let me see. What the big fish got? Hold on, let me pull this up. Let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. Let's see. The big fish has 28 fights. Yeah, Boots Ennis have more fights than Errol Spence. Literally. More fights than Errol Spence. And if you look at the fights that he's had versus the fights that Errol Spence have had, and what he's done, Spence been in the welterweight division his entire career. I think he started out as a junior middleweight, then he went down to welterweight. So I'm like, shit. I'm hearing. I hear he Godzilla, but I'm just saying we got to keep that same energy. He ain't fought nobody. Man, he ain't fought nobody. Literally. You get what I'm saying? So let's keep that same energy. Shout out to Iron Kong. What's going on, fam? Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Ali Muhammad. Let's get into the show. As a matter of fact, before we, let's get into the show. Because, I always got to have something for my ops. Wow. I can't believe this. I was watching $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout out to them boys over there, Wallow and Gilly the Kid. Tank Davis fight tickets are $6,900. Of course, not every ticket, but he has $6,900 tickets. I'm not lying. Is Tank the new cash cow boxing? Of course, I'm being facetious. We know that's Canelo. I think on the Chitlin circuit, Tank is. Canelo, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Those guys are on their own planets when it comes to ticket sales and stuff like selling out stadiums and football stadiums and stuff like that. Those three guys I just named on another planet, right? So I don't like comparing nobody to those three guys who doing big stuff. But I'm saying under Canelo, right, in America, is Tank Davis the new cash cow? Just a question I want to throw out there, right? In a recent interview with the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, Tank Davis confirmed the price of entry for his upcoming fight. Some of the tickets are worth are $6,900. That's before tax. Now, this is historic in Washington, D.C. And on top of that, the pay-per-view prices for this fight is $75 before tax. Once you buy a pay-per-view, $75. Then once you pay the tax and all that stuff there, you're paying about $90 for this pay-per-view. Once you add the taxes and stuff that's going to be in there. Now, Tank Davis also predicted a knockout between the 8th and 10th rounds. Say he gonna knock Hector Garcia out by the 8th, between the 8th, by the 8th round, 8th, 9th, and 10th round, right? Somebody might want to put some money on that. We're gonna see. He's highly favored to win this fight, so that won't be a surprise if he do knock him out. What do you guys think about the price of entry for this fight? $6,900, to come see Tank Davis fight Hector Garcia. And will you be buying this $75 plus pay-per-view this weekend? Let's get into the show. But before we get this party started, if you are a hater, anyone that just can't stand me, but you love watching me every goddamn day, I want you to know I'm not your friend. You do not find any refuge in me. If we was beefing in 2021 and 2022, we still beefing in 2023. Guess what? You can leave, sir. I care nothing about you.
Look, fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Yes, sir. We in this BI, man. Let's go. I want to open up the phone lines early too, man. Let's get the lights up to 100, man. I open up the phone lines to 100. We need 33 more lights. I want to open up the phone lines early, man. Y'all check this out though. Now, of course I got the receipts. I don't want nobody thinking I'm capping. Oh man, Coach lying, man. He lying, man. He lying. Ain't nobody buying no tickets. Tank ain't selling no tickets in Washington D.C. for no $6,900. That's a lie. Coach always lying. He don't never show receipts. He never show receipts. He just be making stuff up. They say I never show receipts, huh? Shit, nigga, I don't think a nigga on YouTube show more receipts than me. But that's neither here nor there. He never show receipts. I got the receipts. I got. Hold on, let me pull it up right now. Let me see where y'all at. Where you boys at? Get a kid while. All right, let's pull them up right here. Matter of fact, let me do this like this here. Let me do this. Let's go here. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm tripping. As a matter of fact, I'm tripping. I have it, ta-da. I have it right here. My bad. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, let me see what's up. Hold on, guys. You guys know I'm. Hold on, guys. I had it right here. Where is it? I had it. Oh, here you go. Right here you go. Here we go. Now let's do this. Though. I need to go here. That's why I need to go. Right there. All right. Let's see what's up. Okay, let's see what's up. Hold on. All right, here you go. Right here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on. All right, I got it right here. Let me pull it up right here. So I want you guys to see this, right? I want you to see what I'm saying. Because I don't want nobody thinking I'm capping. Now this is the matter of fact. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Damn, I'm like, what the hell is that noise? I'm like, damn. So hold on. I got the press conference been on all this damn time. Oh, okay. No, I just came on. All right. So yeah, I'm looking at the Tank Davis press conference. Damn, I'm like, what in the hell? I didn't know where that noise was coming from. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got. $1 million worth of game. Let me go ahead and hold on, guys. Let me go ahead and switch everything to the roadcaster. I have all of my sounds going through the soundboard, so now that's how I do it. I have everything going to the soundboard. Let's do that. So we got that there. Let's go to Bluetooth. It's not connected. All right, connected. We connected. We connected now. Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulty. What did you say? Shout out to Tommy Gunn. For dropping that half of bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
To answer that question, Tommy Gunn, you say, am I going live Saturday? Yes, I'm going live Saturday for the fight. I think I'm going to stream it. I think I'm going to stream it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. He say, also your opinion. I'm more than likely I'm going to stream it. I'm going to stream that fight. He say, also, in your opinion, do you think Hector goes the distance and loses or gets knocked out in the early rounds? I don't know, man. It's kind of hard for me to gauge because it just depends on what type of game plan that Hector Garcia has. I think this is his first fight, the way he had a full training camp. I mean, in his last couple of fights, he has a full training camp for this fight. So, you know, I don't know. Tank been going through a lot of distractions. He wants to put hands on YouTubers and bloggers and anyone, he feels the need to. He's going through the domestic stuff, court trial. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. You know what I mean? It's very, very hard to gauge. I would say if Hector Garcia goes the distance, it wouldn't look good on Tank, in my opinion, because he's supposed to be the more superior fighter. Now, I know boxing is boxing, but he's supposed to be the more superior fighter, and the hype that he's getting for this fight and from his fan base, that I think anything less than a knockout of Hector Garcia, will look like, damn, man, he couldn't even knock this dude out. This dude was a little dude moving up in weight. You get what I'm saying? So I think that the way Calvin Ford trains him, they train for the knockout. We'll see. If Hector Garcia goes the distance, is that a reflection on Tank or is that a reflection on Hector Garcia? Maybe Hector Garcia is better than what a lot of people give him credit for. Either way it go, Tank should beat this guy. He's a smaller guy moving up. It's not a 50-50 fight according to the odds makers. So if he struggles with this guy any way, form, or fashion, I would be surprised. No, I wouldn't be surprised myself. But a lot of people who feel that, feel the way they feel, they will probably be surprised about it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But I don't see Hector getting knocked out in the early rounds, to be honest. I don't see him getting knocked out in the early rounds.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, I don't see him getting knocked out in the early rounds, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see. But we'll see what it is. Now, let's go ahead and listen to this. I want you guys to check this out. Now, this is the actual podcast. Again, I like Gilly the Kid and Wallon. I like them. I really like their podcast. That's kind of, I really like their podcast. All right, so that's them. That's Tank on their podcast. Now, I want you guys to hear this, so you guys can hear it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This was something else. Niggas say that, yeah, nigga, 7,000, that's 7,000. I mean, that's $7,000. You might as well say, yeah, that is $7,000. Hold on, which one I'm at? Which one we at? Hold on, let's go right here. Let's do this.
That night, because I just looked at your tickets. And nigga, I damn near passed out. I didn't know your tickets was $6,900 a goddamn seat. I said, that's mean Wallow there, that's goddamn $14,000 before the taxes. Yeah. I said, goddamn, this nigga's here. I said, this shit is at a different level.
But the only thing, we got like a stat card too, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know all the rights to this material is for educational purposes only.
On there.
Boots is on there.
Yeah.
Who else is on there?
Yeah.
Man right here.
I disagree with the stat card. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, me on it. Shout out to Mill.
We got who else on there? Damon on there. The Peterson brothers.
6,000.
Okay.
Yeah, got Ant on there. I saw Ant. Shout out to Ant. Anthony Peterson. Salute to you, fam.
Stat card.
Salute to Anthony Peterson.
Absolutely.
Definitely gonna be some, like, it's gonna be on fire.
Yeah, shout out. No, it's a lot of talent on there. It is talent on there, but a stat. I'm finna give y'all what a stat card is. The way I was raised, a stat card is Mike Tyson versus Larry Holmes, whoever he's fighting, right? Under that, there's going to be Julio Cesar Chavez versus Pernell Whitaker. Under that is going to be Julian Jackson versus Terry Norris. Under that, it's going to be the great Azuma Nelson versus damn, man, my mind I went blank, man. Some of the fighters my dog Azuma Nelson fought, man. I love Azuma Nelson, not Salvador Sanchez, but damn, Azuma Nelson fought so many different people, man. My mind I went blank. But that's a stat card. A stat card is when you have two good fighters fighting each other, two top fighters fighting each other. When you have top fighters on one side fighting nobodies on the other side, that's not a stat card. That's a card with big names on it. That's a card with big names on it, but it's not a stat card. You want to know why? Because who is Boots fighting? He's fighting Karen. Who is Demetrius Andrade fighting? Who is Rashida Ellis fighting? Shout out to Anthony Peterson. You know what I mean? Lamont Peterson as well. Who is St. Davis fighting? He's fighting Hector Garcia, a guy that I think he's a minus 1,100 and minus 1,200 favorite to beat. You get what I'm saying? So old school. Oh, hey, shout out to Jamie. What'd you say? He say facts. I agree, coach. See, this is old school here. I'm giving y'all what I was accustomed to seeing. I know what a stat card is. This is a card with names on it. It's not a stat card. True. It's a card with names on it. Now it's probably stacked from a PBC or a Showtime standpoint, but no, that's not a stat card. It's not a stat card. It's just a card with some names on it. Well, how do I know? Because who the hell is Boots fighting? Who the hell is Andrade fighting? Who the hell is Rashida Ellis fighting? Who Tank fighting? I know who Hector Garcia is. He's a good fighter. But if you want to see what a stat card is, look at a Don King Promotions fight card in the 80s and 90s. Look at a Bob Arum top rank fight card in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Don King, 70s, 80s, and 90s as well. Look at those cards and compare them to this card and tell me if it's a stat card or not. True. I'm just saying, B. I'm just saying. This ain't no shade. I'm just calling the way I see it. I know the brother part don't know any better. But shout out to Anthony Peterson, man. Anthony Peterson is fighting on that undercard, so I'm so happy, man. I just saw a video with him and Freeway Rick at the press conference. I was supposed to be at this. I was supposed to be at this fight in DC. I would have been in the press conference watching the press conference, but I said no. I'm going to go to the next fight in Atlanta. I want to go to the next fight in Atlanta when Adrian Broner fight Redcast. So I'll be there.
Either go hard or go strong. Give me the ball, touchdown when it's fourth and long. Killer jumper when I'm in my zone. Knock it out the park, then I'm headed home. Extra in his base, low, you know who they call it on. Either go hard or go strong. Give me the ball, touchdown when it's fourth and long. Killer jumper when I'm in my zone. Knock it out the park, then I'm headed home. Extra in his base, low, you know who they call it on. It's either go hard or go strong. I'm not giving up until the clock goes gone, cause I'm not afraid. Plus we got this made. I'd be doing this if I wasn't getting paid, cause it's for the love. I get from above, it's no dub. Straight to the rack, don't scrub. Play some D, but remember the kid heavily, so do so reverently. Cross it over so pleasantly. Put me in the ring, watch the flurry. Now they vision blurry, running circles, no rehearsals, in a hurry, no worry.
Yes, sir. It is what it is, man. Once again, it's all, man. We cracking like it up in here, man. So now $6,000. I'm like, God damn, $6,900. The man say $6,900. That's before taxes. I'm like, bruh, $6,900 before taxes. You know, I'm not saying every ticket costs that much, but I'm like, bro, Lord have mercy. What, they fighting in Vegas? I'm like, shit, DC ain't nothing but a big ass ghetto. We fighting in the hood. It's across the street from the White House. I don't care nothing about it across the street from the White House. Shit, they selling dope across the street from the White House. They shooting dice across the street from the White House. They prostituting across the street from the White House. What the hell that mean? Is this it? You know what I mean? What the hell that mean? God damn. Lord have mercy, boy. Boy, they try and shit. They got a whole lot of, like, who paying for that? Shit, the average everyday Tank fan ain't got no money like that. Niggas making people making minimum wage. They struggling. Got to take care of their kids and children. What else? Who they ain't paying for that? They ain't paying no $6,900 for that. The average. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you feel me? So, bro, that ain't even that ain't even hell. I'm like, shit. Well, so what the lowest ticket is? You know what I mean? What the lowest ticket is? I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some giveaway tickets for the celebrities. The fight more than likely probably will sell out if it's not already sold out. You know, because he's fighting right there in DC, so that fight should sell out easy. That fight should sell out easy. Shit, if Terrence Crawford can sell out in Omaha, Nebraska, they sold out all of the tickets that they had available. Tank definitely can sell out DC, so I think Tank gonna sell out. Again, these guys I haven't heard of none of these guys that they're fighting. I just some of these guys I haven't heard of them. So I don't know. A stat card is when you have competition both ways. A stat card is when you have competition both ways. If you got names on one side and names on one side fighting no names, that's not a stat card. Stat card is when you have top name fighters fighting top name fighters all throughout the card. That's what a stat card is. That's what a stat card is. So if you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Edward, you say ringside balling. Yeah, they're gonna be balling. Balling. They're gonna be balling ringside. Shout out to little Green Eyes Pete. Abdul, what you said? You streaming it? You streaming it, huh? Shout out to Haleen. You say not so many fighters in Washington. So it might be a sellout. You say not many fights in Washington. The fight gonna sell out. The fight is gonna sell out. The fight is gonna sell out. The fight gonna sell out. The fight gonna sell out. Shout out to Demar. What did he say? He say not hood anymore. Gentrification is real. Yeah, they gentrifying everywhere, and they should gentrify. I ain't got no problem with gentrification. My goddamn self. Shout out to the JRG. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, might as well call it the vineyard full of cherries. hey, the vineyard, yeah, man. Hey, shit. Hey, Mike say, hey, I ride with the AK. Shout out to the Dunk Riders, TWD Dunk Riders. Shout out to Abdul. What you say? You say Philadelphia gentrification on the rise, and I'm loving it. Yeah, gentrification. I don't see nothing wrong with gentrification. Shit, if it's a high crime area, kids getting shot, children getting shot, innocent men, women are getting shot. The property value is going down. Yeah, gentrify that shit. Goddamn right. Cause shit, the people who there, the dealers and the pushers and stuff, they ain't buying none of the property. So if you're not gonna buy any of the property in your neighborhood in order to help build safe havens for the people who live there, then go ahead and gentrify. You ain't doing nothing with it. Shout out to Strategy. Hey, okay. Dropping that half for bam, double your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
And what is that Strategy? You say I'm going to buy the pay-per-view and listen to you do the commentary. Yes, sir. I'm definitely doing the commentary. You can believe that. I'm definitely doing the commentary. Hey man, shout out to Pop a lot of shit, James. Shout out to Major Key Boxing. Hey, what did you say, Major Key? You say, nah, it's a good matchmaking, but it's a good matchmaking showcase, but not pay-per-view. Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm contemplating. Like, I always buy tickets and stuff like that, but I'm like, not tickets. I buy the pay-per-views, but I'm like, I'm straddling the fence on this one. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm straddling the fence on this one. Shout out to Jose. He said, no, I agree with that. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though? Absolutely. Shout out to Food Revolution. You say I'm all for running the crime out and increasing the property value overall. Yeah, because see, this is the thing, right? When you're a homeowner and you have families and you have a family that you're trying to take care of, the first thing you want is safety and security for your family. You want safety and security for your family. So shit, I ain't got no problem with gentrification. Gentrify all that shit. Gentrify every guy. I don't care. You know what I mean? Because the tax bracket that I'm in, You know, and me and my family in, you know, the community that I live in, bro, you don't even see any paper on the ground where I live at. You don't even see any paper on the ground. You know what I mean? My kids don't know what the hood is right now. They don't know what that is right now. Shout out to Major Key. You say what else? Oh, you talking to Gabe. Major Key, what's going on? Hey, shout out to Ali. You say row one tickets $9,000. No, ain't no word. No, ain't no tickets worth $9,000. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No. Shout out to JRG. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
JRG, what to say, fam? You say stack cards when you have resistance on the opposite side. Yeah, absolutely. For sure, absolutely. Hey, Nelly, what you say, fam? You say no littering. No littering. We gotta no, bro. Listen, have you ever been in a community where there is no paper on the ground? Shout out to Magic. Shout out to World Cup Bass Sports Salute Fair. No paper on the ground. We have a guy that drives around on a golf cart and he just picks up paper if he see any. Everybody clean up after, like that. You walk your dog use the bathroom in the grass. Everybody picks their dog's poop up and put it in the pen. You know, the dog poop pen and stuff like that. Guy comes around and takes it up and yeah. We keeping it cool. We keeping it real over here. I got quite a few police officers that live in my neighborhood. A lot of people were retired military. Like, bro, woo, Lord have mercy. That's why when they say drop the ad and we gonna pull up, we can find your address through your IP. We can find you through your IP address. I'd be like, well, good luck with that. True. Everybody over here, boy, believe in our Second Amendment rights. Mama, but boy, your mama and them gonna be eating collard greens and chicken on a Saturday morning. Collard greens, macaroni, and chicken. If you don't know what collard greens and macaroni and chicken is on a Saturday afternoon, guess what? Go ask your grandma and them what they want. Say, grandma, I was talking to somebody. I was threatening this dude online. I told him I was going to pull up. I got shooters. I found out where his address is I found out where his house at through his IP address, and I'm going to pull up. And he told me, man, that my people going to be eating collard greens, macaroni, and chicken on a Saturday afternoon. What that mean, grandma? She gonna say, boy, you better leave that dude alone. True. Boy, you better leave that dude alone. Yeah. Shout out to Bruce. He said you get busted for leaving behind dog ish in my hood. Okay, all right. Yeah. Jamie, what'd you say, fam? You say stacked is when the card is every fight 50-50. That's what a stack card is. Or at least a 60-40. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Damar. Damien, what'd you say, fam? You say, coach, plus they have these pretty expensive suites on the second level. Man. Oh, they got suites too? God, Lord have mercy. Oh, woo. Hey, Damien, what they trying to make? They trying to make $20 million at the gate for this fight? They trying to make 20 mil? They trying to make 20 mil at the gate for this fight? Oh, man. God damn, boy, they ain't even playing. How many, as a matter of fact, how many people on this venue hold? I'm like, what they trying to do? They're trying to get the butter from the duck from this fight here, boy. But listen, they must got you said the suites are 4,500. Yeah, they must got listen, they must be trying to bring in some high rollers from outside of DC. And then now you do know that Maryland, they have a county in Maryland. They got the most. They got per capita probably some of the most millionaires in America live in Maryland. So they must be trying to attract. They must be trying to attract those guys. But they ain't attracting the regular average everyday citizen. Shout out to Fotex. What to say, family? Say huge congrats on the 18,000 subs. Wakanda is dead. Yes, sir. Salute to all Fotex, man. Thanks, fam. Hey, okay. Shout out to you, fam, man, for dropping that $2 super chat. I appreciate the support, bro. Yeah, what you say, Damien? That's Montgomery County. Yeah, Montgomery County. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna tell you another spot that got a whole lot of millionaires within the United States. Omaha, Nebraska. True. Omaha, Nebraska got so many millionaires, dog. I didn't even know that. I was just looking. I say, damn, what they at? Because when I went there, of course, it's a lot of the older white people. They got a lot of money, man. A lot of money in that mid-America. You know, Warren Buffett right there in Omaha. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But yeah, it's a county, Montgomery County. As a matter of fact, I got some neighbors. My next door neighbors they moved from the DMV. They live right next door to me, of course. He said he loved it here in Florida. He said, I love this neighborhood, man. It's quiet over here. It ain't no noise. I don't see Pookie, Ray, Man, Laquita, Bay. I don't see little AK-47, little shotgun, little 32. I don't see MC Snub Nose 38. I don't see none of that over here. None of that over here. Neighborhood watch, all of that. He said 20 mil off LB nose muscles. Yeah, shout out to Bush Man Cassidy. He say Texas is super rich. Yeah. Certain neighborhoods, certain cities. Yeah, just all over the country. You got millionaires just everywhere living certain pockets. You get what I'm saying? He said salute to Pookie. Yeah, salute to Pookie. Hey, I had a homeboy named Pookie. Well, Eric Grimes, what did he say? He said, you see Tyrone? No, I don't see Tyrone. I don't see Tyrone. Yep. Ain't nobody trying to keep it real. Ain't nobody trying to, represent for the name. Ain't none of that over here. We represent for the suburbs. True. Yeah, we represent little neck bone, little pork chop. We represent for the suburbs over here. The suburbs. That's what we represent. That we about that suburban life over here. That's what we about. Quiet, no paper on the ground. Get to hear the, sit by the lake. Get to hear the birds chirping, and you know what I mean. When I walk outside, the sun looks brighter. You know what I mean. Well, I'm just saying. They say, Coach, you come from the hood, you acting real bougie. Yep, sure enough, he is acting real bougie. He said watermelon Nisha. He said watermelon Nisha. Watermelon Nisha, that's a good one there, man. That's a good one. Y'all got a little pork chop. That's my dog, little pork chop over there. Pork chop, what's up? All jokes aside, I got a friend of mine. As a matter of fact, it was a friend of mine. His partner name was Pork Chop. He wasn't, the dude Pork Chop, we don't say pork chop, we say pork chop. The dude Pork Chop, I didn't know him personally. I know of him, but I didn't know him personally, but he was a friend of mine's friend, like one of his best friends. Little Pork Chop. He said, Cole, do you see rooftop tray over there? No, I don't see none of that over here. None of that over here. What did you say? It's a red state. Lots of rich Republicans with their whole lot of PAC money in Omaha, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Texas. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, we ain't saying none of that over here. But yeah, what did he say? He say, Coach said, I got shooters. Oh yeah, I got shooters, homie. Got shooters. Oh, like, boy, I don't got shot 40 times. Yeah, I don't got shot. Shout out to DJ. I don't got shot 40 times. Listen, since I've been on YouTube, I done been shot 40 times, killed 20 times, jumped 15 times, threatened about 100 times through email, private messages in my DM, comments under videos and phone calls. I done met gangster disciples, vice lords, bloods, Crips. I mean, on YouTube, in our everyday society, when I walk and travel and been to different cities in the country, I don't run into these things. But on YouTube, I ran into all that. True. Shout out to Fotex. He said, Coach, we need the Wakanda commandments. We gonna do that. We definitely gonna do that. The Wakanda commandments. We gotta make a commandment for Wakanda. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. All I'm saying is this here, man. He said, Coach, what about the kid from Pakistan? Yeah, that dude ain't from Pakistan. That's somebody from here. You know what I mean? That's somebody from here. That could have been Jason Mones or anybody. Remember, you got to understand, I have, my trolls, they have multiple accounts. My trolls have multiple accounts. Jason Mones had about 20 of his family members in here. He got 20 different burner accounts. I was getting threatened for all 10. Let's see. I got the Alphabet Boys. They be in here watching, creating burner accounts and stuff like that. So, boyfriend, the meter maid, the boyfriend and the meter maid, what my main man, World Combat Sports say, Willie the Munchkin. So we got Willie the Munchkin, boyfriend and the meter maid. They be over here with they low IQ subscribers, throwing up gang sign, representing gang, hollering about what they gonna do. Y'all ain't done that to nobody since they've been on YouTube. YouTube been around since 2005. And this is 17 years. This is the 18th year YouTube has been around. February 14th, next month would be 18 years YouTube has been around. Guess how many people got shot, robbed, killed, jumped, gang ran up on in the YTBC? 0. So that tells you everything you need to know. Now, what do you guys think though? Do you guys think that, you got to, do you think that this is just a little too much? I'm like, that's a lot of damn money, bro. Now, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it myself because I ain't the one paying it. You know what I mean? But I could have went to that fight though. I could have went to that fight. I supposed to be at the press conference right now with Freeway Rick, Echo. Shout out to Freeway Ricky Ross, Echo. Shout out to my brother Galen. Shout out to Anthony Peterson. You know what I mean? Shout out to them, man. And also, man, you guys do know we are the official podcast network to Team Freeway Boxing. I want you guys to know that. So I say I like to say this. That's a lot of goddamn money, boy. I'm like, ooh, Lord have mercy. I think for this fight, maybe they might have an email list or something, and they're trying to draw more of the high rollers within the DMV area to come to this fight. Some of the people who probably from New York, you know what I mean? The tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. You know, they may try to get some people from Atlanta to come on up. You know, a lot of people, hey, man, you're going to a Tank Davis fight. You just never know who you're going to see. Freeway Ricky Ross is there. You know, he's your favorite celebrity's favorite celebrity. So they, they're trying to draw flies. They're trying to draw everybody in. You know what I mean? I'm going to say fly to shit. But, they're trying to draw everybody in. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they're doing. But, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Shout out to Food Revolution. What it say, sis? You say Crip niggas, blood niggas. Essays, Asians, Dominicans, Dominicanos, Puerto Ricanos, white boys, Jamaicans, Latin kings, disciples, vice lords, Haitians, all these motherfuckers, be patient and wait. Oh yeah, you talking about yeah, you talking about on the YTBC? Yeah, I don't met them all. I don't see them all. Yep. I don't be hit with so many digital bullets. I've been hit with so many digital bullets. You get what I'm saying? Hey, let's get phone lines over, man. Let's get these shout out to Magic Key. He said, world come out. He said, Coach, don't rock with the back end money. No, we don't do back end money. I got to get mine up front. I need all mine. I'm like Canelo. No, I say, no, puto. I need my money up front, man. Shout out to the lovely Ebony Taylor as well.
Ebony Taylor is stepping onto the R&B scene with the soulful sounds of love on her new hit single, Darling.
I'm over here healing, and I'm loving me and breathing the fresh air I was so blessed to give it.
Ebony Taylor is truly a diamond cut talent, ready for the world and all that comes with it. Make sure you add Darling to all of your playlists. You can find Ebony Taylor streaming on all platforms. Book Ebony Taylor for your next special occasion. Visit us online at freewayrecordsllc.com.
Yo, what's going on? Shout out to Old Dirty Boss, and he said, yo, she's still coming on, right? No, she's not coming on. That's why I didn't put on the flyer. I didn't put on the flyer, and I didn't put her name in the in the chat. So I mean on the thing. So you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't put her name in the. He said gentrification is improvement. Yeah. I totally agree, Steve. I totally agree. Shout out to Steve Kim too. Yeah, but I never. Yeah, we gonna try to get on next week. You know, today was a bad day, so that's why I didn't promote it. You know, I didn't put her. I would have had a picture on the flyer, on the thumbnail and stuff, but I didn't do it because, what I want to do is like stuff that I know that's gonna be for sure. I know who to put on and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. But anyway it go. He say stop it. I'm going to the ATM getting all my money. He said, damn, she ain't coming. Yeah, man, Ebony Taylor, man, Ebony Taylor. Hold on, y'all want to see what she look like, though? Y'all want to see what she look like? You know what I mean? Because I want y'all to show Eb some love. Now, I want y'all to show her some love. Hold on. I want y'all to show Eb some love now when she come on the show, man. You know what I mean? She's from LA. She's from LA. You know what I mean? So, she is from the West Coast. Yeah. West, y'all. West, y'all. She from the West Coast. As a matter of fact, let me see. Can I download this one? Can I download this one? Yeah, I think I can download that one now. Let's see. She from the West Coast. She from the West Coast. Now, doggone Tank Davis. This fight right here. You know what? Let me ask you guys a question. What are your expectations for this fight? Anybody have any expectations? Now, of course, I know if you're a Tank Davis fan, Tank gonna knock him out. Yada yada yada. Okay, cool. Go knock him out. Hector Garcia. A lot of people never heard of him. You get what I'm saying? And he's a smaller guy, moving up in weight. So, this is the lovely Ebony Taylor. This is what we're gonna have on the show next week. You know what I mean? Hopefully we have on the show next week. You know what I mean? So that's the lovely Ebony Taylor. That's who's coming on the show. She's supposed to be on the day, but we're gonna probably push it to next week. Maybe we can get on the show Monday. See, can we get on the show Monday? LA, West Coast. Shout out to Food Revolution. What did it say, sis? You say West. She said you wish they all could be California girls. I don't know now. California girls. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got some tenderonis out there. They got some tenderonis out there. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm looking to get more tenderonis on the show. I'm looking to because this is a male-dominated sport, male-dominated. So fan base in boxing. So we're trying to get more tenderonis on the show so we can, probably bring more women, to the sport of boxing, even though she's not a boxer herself. She's not a boxer, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. She's not a boxer, but I was able to say, he say Tank knocking that guy out. Even the Dominican Republic betting on Tank. No, sir, bro. Listen, let me tell you about them Dominicanos. But them Dominicanos, they gonna ride, boy. The Dominicanos gonna ride. Let me drop the phone lines. But the Dominicanos gonna ride, boy. Hey, we gotta get the lights up. Dominicanos, listen, you ain't gonna find too many Dominicans betting on Tank. They ride with Hector, even though the odds is against them.
James Lee.
Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
My bad. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
James Lee, Coach. What's going on, homie? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, James. Talk to me.
Man, I wish you was coming out, man. Have you ever been to a Tank fight?
No, I'm not going to. I haven't been to a Tank fight, but I will be probably be the one in Vegas. So they had Ryan Garcia. I'll be there.
Yeah, you gotta get out. You gotta get out the one, Coach. Like, man, it's star-studded, brother. It's not like that, and that's the reason why those front seats are that much like that, because that's what he attract. He attract the stars, whether it be the hip hop stars or the other athlete stars. He attract the stars, Coach.
Yeah, he bring them out. He bring them out.
Everybody want to see that knockout. You gotta, and then on top of the stars that he attract a lot of hustlers as well. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of man, don't be surprised if that joint, man. They not giving them tickets away. They're not giving them front tickets away, bro. They selling them joints. Now you may get a giveaway up in them high rise seats. They might gonna give some of them seats to the kids, to the Boys and Girls Club. But them big ones, they sell them seats out.
Yeah, I mean they might.
Yeah, they sell them seats out.
They might. When you have a lot of these events, they may. You're right about it. They probably ain't gonna give. They're not gonna give a whole bunch of those tickets out. But when it comes to like the big name celebrities, a couple of those celebrities will get free stuff because it helps promote. It helps promote the event. That's all a part of the promotion as well. The who's who comes out to see him. But I heard Tank bring him out. When he fight Ryan Garcia in April, I'm gonna be there in April. I will be there.
Well, I'm gonna be there too, Coach. I was hoping to see you on this one, man. Because I want to get to meet you, man. I've been following you. I've been following you since you've been on. I was supposed to been out, man.
Freeway called me. He was like, Coach, cause Freeway there. He's there. Echo's there. I got a picture with him. A video of him and Anthony Peterson. They're at the press conference while Tank is on stage talking. He was like, "Yeah, man, we me and Ant." And then Ant got on the, Ant was right next to him. So him and Ant right there. I'm like, damn, man. But I couldn't come. I couldn't come today. I couldn't come this weekend.
Yeah, Rick is everywhere, man. Rick is everywhere, man. You know, Rick is nationwide. That's the homie. Yeah. You know, I met Rick a few years back. You know, when he came home. Yeah. But man, I'm telling you, man. Once you finally get out and see the atmosphere of his fight, I mean, you gonna be like, wow, it really is like. Yeah, you know, like people say, man, it's a great atmosphere, brother.
Yeah, I believe. I definitely believe. Listen, I will. The Ryan Garcia Tank Davis fight, boy, I'm gonna be there, boy. You can believe that.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you, Coach, man, and keep on doing what you're doing, man.
All right, shout out to Jay Lee. Salute, fam. Shout out to Jay Lee. Be more in this house, man. Be more in this BIBI, man. Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. Man, let's get the lights up, man. We need 50. Listen, we got over 300 people in here and less than 200 likes. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Niggas. I'm laughing at what Food Revolution say. She said, "What does cheeks and water?" But say, "What does cheeks have to do with water?" That's it. Was hilarious. What do cheeks? You know, cheeks and water go hand in hand, my sister. See, what you don't understand, my sister, when the cheeks meets the water. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
We did it first. Coach, it's me, Steve Kim. What's going on?
Steve Kim, what's going on, fam? What's going on with you, man? Salute
Coach, I've been listening. Yeah, Coach, I've been listening to your show on the way to the office. I just got your quotes on your thoughts on the stacked card. I absolutely agree with you. When you say stacked, I think the definition has to be not just big names, but actually good fights. It harkens back for me for the fight card that was called Revenge of the Rematches. It was in 1994. It actually took place, I think, on a Friday night. Mm-hmm. And it was the rematch between Frankie Randall and Julio Cesar Chavez. It's like 3 months after they fought. All right. And then the other fights on that pay-per-view, if I remember correctly, it was Julian Jackson against Gerald McClellan. And it was Julio, it was Jesse James Leija against Azuma Nelson. And there was another it was an unbelievable card. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on there. And back then, the pay-per-views were only about $30, believe it or not.
Azuma Nelson,
it was really cheap.
I remember that fight. That was Azuma Nelson, Jesse James Leija.
Right. And so that card right there was absolutely loaded. And what Don King would do is even on like the non-televised undercard, you'd have Ricardo Lopez. Oh, and by the way, the other fight on that pay-per-view card, all in one night, it was the rematch between Terry Norris and Simon Brown.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Hey,
so that's what I call stacked. So that's what I call stacked. So Don King, like I remember when Razor Ruddock fought Mike Tyson on one of those cards, the co-main was Azuma Nelson against Jeff Fennick. It was an unbelievable fight. And then there was another Mike Tyson undercard where the co-main was the fight of the year. It was a welterweight unification bout between Simon Brown and Maurice Blocker. And then they were like best friends. They were like next door neighbors, but they had to fight and they were flying in the ring because they had to beat up on each other. Brown knocked him out late. But that card, Revenge of the Rematches, that's a stack card. I don't think will ever see a card like that ever again in one night.
Nah. Nah, and you're right about that. That's a stacked card, and I'm seeing that a lot of people they're throwing that around now with this Tank Davis fight. I'm like, yeah, well, no, that's not really a stacked card, and I don't want nobody thinking that I'm hating, but I just don't think that they don't know what a stacked card is. They think because we got names on here, Boost Ennis, but he ain't fought nobody. We got Demetrius Andrade. They say Demetrius Andrade ain't fought nobody. So and they got Rashida Ellis. Well, Rashida Ellis was in hibernation over there with Golden Boy. So you get what I'm saying? So he ain't fought nobody. So you got a bunch of named fighters that haven't fought anybody. And then Tank is
right.
fighting.
And look,
go ahead.
Look, you know me. I'm Boots Ennis' biggest fan. I've been his biggest advocate for about 5 years. But he's fighting Karen, literally, as you said, and that's like a 50-1 fight. And you know what's funny? And you always talk about this, Coach. Don King in his prime gave you the best fight cards. I remember on the night where Chavez lost to Randall. It was the day before the Super Bowl when the Buffalo Bills played the Cowboys. I think it was the rematch when they played back-to-back years. The semi-main that night was a young man by the name of Felix Trinidad fighting Hector Camacho.
Hector Camacho, yeah, I remember that.
That's the caliber of fight that he gave you. And look, Bob Arum's done some good cards, but let me just tell you something. Bob Arum, for a lot of years, when it came to Big De La Hoya fights, man, we were stuck with Butterbean and Mia St. John. It just was not the same. I'll be honest. He did not give the undercards of Don King at all.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm just listening, enjoying the show, man. How's everything else going?
I mean, everything going good, man. Everything is going great, Steve. I'm going to be coming out your way, probably in a few months. So you in LA, right?
I'm in LA. Me and you, we're gonna eat like kings, and we're gonna hoist a few. We're gonna have a good time out here.
Hey, I'm on a diet, man. I'm on a diet. So I'm trying to.
Well, you can break the diet.
Hey, so I'm coming out there to see Freeway Rick. So when I come out that way, man, you know, I'm looking to do a lot of like one-on-one interviews. I'm doing a lot of traveling this year. So I'm going to Omaha, Nebraska. I'm gonna tell you about that one. I'm going to coming to LA, coming to Vegas, Dallas. I'm going on tour. Houston, Chicago, Ohio, Baltimore. That's what's on the agenda for now. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to call you the one-man Rolling Stone. Oh, two things I want to tell your audience. I'm hearing a lot of good things that the Devin Haney-Lomachenko fight is going to happen probably in late May.
Okay.
Okay. And also, as it relates to Furyk and Usyk, I'm sure you heard the updates. I was told by a good source. Yeah. It looks like that fight is going to actually happen sometime in March. So those are two pretty big pieces to the first half of the 2023 schedule.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. See what I'm talking about, baby. See, I'm getting excited now. So now we have to, hey Steve, we have to, our curiosity needs to be satisfied. Is Tyson Fury the king of the heavyweights? Is he the king of the heavyweights of this era, or will Alexander Usyk, with all that fancy footwork, the Ukrainian monster, will he be able to dethrone, you know what I mean, Tyson Fury, the 6'9" mammoth of a man? So I'm anxious to see that. I'm anxious to see that.
No, so am I. I actually give Usyk a very big chance. I was there when Otto Wallin nearly ruined a lot of plans as he cut Fury right before the Wilder fight. And Coach, I was there ringside.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, in the 5th, 6th round, there was a tension around that venue where everyone's looking at each other going, holy, are we going to get this Wilder fight? Like, people were really nervous at Top Rank and ESPN. And obviously, Fury was able to kind of lean on him. But I've always said the smaller, more mobile, athletic heavyweights, which Usyk is, those are the guys that really trouble Tyson Fury.
Steve, I want to ask you a question before you bounce.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview with Teddy Atlas and Stephen A. Smith?
I saw parts of it. I saw the part where Stephen A. talked about how the promoters were to blame for Crawford Spence. Is that the part you're referencing?
That's the part I'm referencing. It's the 24. I timestamped it. It's the 24-minute mark in that interview, and I was gonna show it. And he spoke on that. And also, Adrian Broner did an interview as well with a new podcast called Round the Corner Podcast. Really good interview. Those guys asked some really good questions. And he said that because he blamed the promoters. He said, listen, man, you guys are preventing fights, which is true, which is definitely true. And definitely to a majority of the degree, the promoters and networks, stuff like that. And he said that he got a phone call. He say, so I'm not going to say any names, but I got a phone call from a promoter, from some promoters, And, you know, they told him, you know what I mean, like kind of like pipe it down or trying to explain to him why things are not happening and stuff like that and yada, 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 yada. And Stephen A was like, he's not having it. Because we've been watching boxing a long time, Steve. Me and you know what's going on. The average person, the casual don't know, but we know what it is, man.
No, I mean, and Coach, I said this to you about a year or so ago. With what both Crawford and Spence were getting paid on opposite ends of the street was above market value. It was not realistic, but they were paying not for the quality of the fight so much, but exclusivity. So at a certain point, it was easy to say, well, just blame Arum. Never mind Fury Wilder was made. Never mind that Fury has, you know, never mind that Arum makes fights with other promoters on a somewhat regular basis, not all the time. But people naturally assume that if Arum was out of the way, that would make things easier. But here's the reality. You still had a fighter in Terrence Crawford who got paid an exorbitant amount of money, who was not going to go backwards on his money. And so here's the issue. If you overpay one fighter A and one fighter B, when A gets together with B, now you have a real issue because the money does not work out. If you have two fighters who believe that there was 8 figures, which is a minimum of 10 million, and you don't know if that pay-per-view is going to break over 600,000-700,000, you are already operating in a deficit. This thing is mad. And this is the part where I will defend Al Heyman. Al Heyman, like any other businessman, has a right to say, oh, well, wait a minute, I don't want to lose money.
Yeah, you're right.
But when you help create that system, you are partly to blame. You're not all to blame, but you share a bit of it.
Yeah, because you could have shared the risk. You could have split the cost like you did with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, when Tyson Fury is with Top Rank and Wilder's with PBC. You could have did that.
Right. And by the way, Coach, I've said this before. The same plan or gold or Top Rank would pay their guy, which would be in this case Terrence Crawford back then, and have PBC basically pay Errol Spence. That's the same formula for Fury Wilder for 2 and 3.
Right.
I was told by multiple sources at Top Rank we would do that again, but they didn't want to do it.
Right. Yeah, I believe that.
So at this point, that's why most people are putting the blame on Al Heyman. Whether that's fair or not, I'm not necessarily sure, but just to blame him, because the bottom line is this, Coach. Everyone really, not everyone, but a lot of fighters are overpaid.
Yeah.
And they're overpaid not because of the quality of fight. They're overpaid to stay on their network, which has to deal with that promoter. So it's almost like they're operating in monopoly money to make sure that every one of their networks is stocked with programming. And that's the unfortunate reality of today's boxing market.
What do you think about Paramount, you know, Showtime as a company? Do you how are they issuing the budgets out for, because they are the ones who put the money up for the PBC fighters, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I what to think. I know about as much as what we've all read in the reports and the rumors and the innuendo. I do know this. Outside of a card in San Antonio with Ray Vargas, who to me is basically unwatchable, with the Zoo Charlo fight being scrubbed because of the injury. And look, I don't count pay-per-view events. If I have to pay $60 to $80 more on my cable bill, that's not part of my Showtime or HBO subscription. I've always felt that way. I don't know what is going to happen. I think there's a very good chance there may not be a Showtime within a year, and that may be shuttered. And I don't know where they really stand. I think we're going to find out more. Let's just put it this way, Coach. If by the beginning of March, there is no rollout of a Showtime schedule that is consistent with at least 1 or 2 fights a month, I would really start to wonder about the feasibility of Showtime / Paramount and the sport of boxing.
You know, Steve, things have changed. It seems like things have changed now. Bob Arum seemed like he got a good situation with Top Rank with ESPN. Golden Boy seem like they have a pretty good situation with the Zone. I don't know if they're leaving or not, but making all of these non-pay-per-view fights, pay-per-views, I guess they do that in order to pay the fighters. So let me ask you a quick question. If a fighter is used to making let's say someone like a Deontay Wilder, he fought Robert Helenius. Now, we heard that those pay-per-view numbers were atrocious. So I don't know exactly what Deontay Wilder got paid. I'm hearing he got paid $10 million guaranteed. Listening to the Wilder fans, they say he got paid $20 million guaranteed. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I don't know where these guys get these numbers from. They pull them out of their ass, but they come up with all these different numbers. So I'm like, okay, if the pay-per-views did 77,000 or 75,000, and then the live gate really wasn't all of that, how does that affect the fighters' pockets at the end of the day?
Well, it really doesn't unless they have an upside. And I'm sure Rick Glazer's kind of explained this. Let me get into what I know about it. Sometimes a fighter will get a flat guarantee, let's say $2.5 million. But there are times when a promoter will say, listen, if you want to play off the upside of a pay-per-view, why don't you just stick with 1.5 and we'll do the pay-per-view upside where you get a higher percentage if this hits certain numbers. Now, I have been told this by guys that have been in the process. Sometimes the way that pay-per-view works is they will tell you that if this pay-per-view does 200,000 plus, so for every buy after 200,000 buys, as a hypothetical number, for every single buy, you'll get $5 from that buy. So then if it does another 300,000, well, you can do the math. That's a lot of money.
Right.
But you have to be willing to risk it. Like, let me tell you a story real quickly. When Ray Leonard and Hagler started negotiating their deal, Hagler insisted that Arum was going to be the promoter or there was going to be no fight. So Leonard and his attorney, Mike Trainer, said, okay, they told Bob, you better wire $25 million because if you want to be the promoter like Hagler's insisting, I guess we're going to have to do this. So they're doing the numbers. Now, it's been widely reported, and I know this for a fact, Leonard got about $11 to $12 million, and they said, you know what, we're good. Hagler was going to get a little bit more because he insisted on it because he felt as though he earned that status. But Arum said to Marvin, he said, look, I think this event is going to be big. And Marvin goes, really? So what are you saying? He goes, why don't you take a lower guarantee and go off the pay-per-view and closed circuit upside percentage? Marvin trusted Bob, and when it was all said and done, he made $19 million in 1987, which is approximately $50 million. And it's funny because Bob Arum says every time Ray Leonard sees him, he points at him. He goes, Bob, you got me. I should have listened to you. Like, he laughs about it. He goes, Bob, you got me. So the pay-per-view sales can affect a fighter if they're promised an upside and they take a lower guarantee. But sometimes certain fighters will just say, you know what? I'm not gambling. Just give me my XYZ amount and I'm good. So there's two ways there's other ways you can do this.
That was a good story you told me. I'm glad you told me that. But what I wanted to say was, is it wise to do something like that in today's time with streaming?
No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't because there's so much streaming. Yeah. Coach, there used to be a time, unless you had that magical, mystical black box, which I've never seen as a kid, but then you got all the free porn and prize fighting you wanted. You really, unless you wanted to watch like the scrambled version of a fight and listen to the audio, it was hard to really steal pay-per-view 30 years ago, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was.
Nowadays, all you have to do now is go on Twitter and DM a few folks and say, hey, you got a link? And you got a link. And this thing is clear. This thing is clear as can be. It's not like an aquarium anymore. It's not like Justin TV. The technology is so good now, I think it's almost impossible to stop the piracy.
Yeah, it's impossible to stop the piracy. So do you think that any fighter would be a fool to just sign the contract 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, take whatever we give you? Well, do you think that a fighter would be a fool to just go into something like that, listening to the online managers and promoters?
Right. Without a complete accounting and forensic accounting and opening of the books, who the hell would do that?
Well, these guys on YouTube, and on Twitter, they say you shouldn't do that. They say
right, and that's it's just amazing. Look, I don't think any fighter should go into a fight without at least a minimum, whether it's $1, 1 peso, or $1 billion. Now, if you really want to say, hey, I want to go out there and leverage my commercial success and And look, I think there's ways you can curb the piracy. There are companies that block sites and all that. I don't think boxing's done a very good job. I know UFC does a much better job of curbing the piracy, even though that's impossible. But my personal viewpoint is this. If I was managing a fighter, I would always try to at the very least, get a minimum guarantee so I could tell my client, hey, whether we sell one pay-per-view or 500,000, this is what you're getting. Can you live with it? And then we can move forward with our business.
Okay. Man, Steve, thank you so much, man, for calling the show. I know.
Absolutely. I'm going to continue listening, brother. And to all your viewing audience, Happy New Year, and I'll continue to be here. Appreciate it. See you soon.
Tell Mario Lopez I said hi.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Appreciate you.
All right. Shout out to Steve. Steve Kim in the building, man. Yeah. Shout out to Steve Kim, man. Shout out to Steve Kim. Yeah, this what I tell you guys, man. Like, bro, you can't be listening to these. You can't be listening to these fantasy. Woo, Lord have mercy. Well, I'm gonna listen to you. Net worth of 2 figures. Baby mama named Big Booty Judy. She cheating on you with third leg Tyrone. She won $75 in a 1 leg up contest. You smoking on a Nick Sack of Reggie with your homeboy man playing a PS5. With your thumbs is the strongest thing on your body, and I'm gonna listen to you. No, sir. True. Can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Shout out to the boxing scientists. What's going on, fam? Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. This why I like to talk about these guys. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me. You know what I mean? Like, you would love making jokes and cracking jokes about the low IQ, about some of the people in the low IQ boxing community.
What's my name? My name is nobody, and I don't live nowhere, and I don't know nothing. I don't know because I know that you gon' tell God on Jesus, kiss a Judas, silver pieces, monkeys acting in the monkey show. Gangsta monster killer, silverback. Where is your rap sheet? That you never explains, moving fast, thinking slow. Dummy clown, silly Billy, need a hug, thugs on drugs, monkeys acting in the monkey show.
Yes, sir. It is what it is, man. Yes, sir. It is what it is, man. See, this is why it's very important. Like when you a big time fighter, you get to dictate a whole lot of stuff. Look here, baby boy. Look here, I'm the draw. You see what I'm saying? Like you got people like Anthony Joshua selling out stadiums, 80,000 people, 60, 70,000 people coming out. You got people like Tyson Fury, 95, 94, 96,000 people coming out to see him fight Dillian White. 60 something thousand coming out to see him fight. Who else he fought? Derek Chisora. You get what I'm saying? When you guys like that, Canelo did 74,000 in Dallas Stadium. We're fighting Billy Joe Saunders. So those guys like that, those are the top guys. That's the top. Those are the top hog mogs and chitlins, of boxing. You know what I mean? They step in there. They got all kind. Everybody throwing money. Hey, look here, baby boy. Hey man, well, how much you want? How much you want me to fight? Look here, man. We normally don't give nobody guaranteed money. What we normally do, we normally give 1.5 guarantee, and then maybe two. If you're lucky, 2.5, and then you get the rest on the back end. Now, Agent Brother already told you the back end may come 6 months, 6 months later, 8 months later, maybe even a year later. That back end may come. So just take this 1.5, baby boy. You know what I mean? Canelo, Big Nello, take this 1.5. Remember, Canelo walked away the first time. They came at Canelo crazy the first time. The Canelo looking at him like, him and Eddie Reynoso looking at each other like, who this puto think he is? They say, who this puto think he is? He must think I'm one of those other guys, the 1.5 guy. He must think I'm Gary Russell Jr. Oh, he must think I'm Errol Spencer or Danny Garcia. He must think I'm Sean Porter or Keith Thurman. No, SA, it doesn't work that way. Look, this is what I want. You don't tell me what you're going to pay me. You and Stephen Espinosa, I tell you what. Eddie, come here, Eddie. Yeah, what's going on, Canelo? I tell you what. This is what I want. I want 40, not 40. I want 40. Matter of fact, I want 40 million guaranteed. So that 1.5 you normally pay your boys over there, you need to put some more. I need 40 guaranteed. That's for me to even just walk in. That's for me to even just pick up a pen or for me to just sit down in your chair. I need, before I even come over there, I need 40 guarantee. Heard Canelo walked away with $50 million, somewhere of that sort. I want the Mexican TV rights. That's what I want. Yeah, you say he want $10 million. Y'all gonna pay him $10 million? You can pay him whatever. You can pay him whatever. You can pay him whatever. Pay him whatever, right? But this is what I need. You know what I mean? And guess what? They begged him to come back to the table. They paid him too. True. Begged him to come back to the table. They paid him too. Damn so did. Shout out to El Noni. What did he say? He said he wanted about 350. Hey, what did he say? He said PBC sadly said a lot of people would steal the pay-per-views if it cost $10. Let me ask you a question. Because there's an article I got right here, right? With Tim Smith. Tim Smith is the VP of operations at the PBC. He said that, hey man, people will steal the Crawford Spence fight. No one would pay for it. Let me ask you a question. Is anybody going to steal Tank Davis versus Hector Garcia fight? True. So is he saying that, you know, they're selective thieves? They're gonna steal Crawford Spence, but they're not gonna steal Tank Davis and whoever he fighting? Errol Spence next fight, the fight he had with Ugas sold less pay-per-views than Spence than Crawford and Sean Porter. We saw what Wilder and Robert Alenius did. So my question is this here. So you're saying they're only going to steal that fight. What about the other fights? Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios did less than 40,000 pay-per-view buys. King Kong Ortiz versus Charles Martin did less than 25,000 pay-per-view buys. King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz did about 50,000 pay-per-view buys. We don't know what Tank and Roland Romero did last year because Showtime don't release the numbers. You get what I'm saying? So, I get Rick Glaze on here. He can find out from his attorney who's involved in satellite, work for the satellite and cable network attorney. There's a reason why they don't release those numbers anymore. So to say that they're gonna steal that fight, they ain't gonna pay for it. Well, shit, they're stealing the other fights y'all doing. They ain't paying for it. So why are you still putting on pay-per-view fights? Oh, yeah, see, we ain't got to pay them dudes that there. You know what these two want. Interesting. You get what I'm saying though? I'm just asking. You know what I mean? All the managers and that's a question for all the managers and promoters. That's a question for all the managers and promoters out there. If you're a manager or you're a promoter, that's a question for you.
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions? Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, again, because when you have, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on. When a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. See, that's the elephant. That's the elephant in the room. See, They could never interview someone like me. Interview with someone like me. Because I'm going to ask the questions y'all want to ask. Hey, man, well, how come this? Okay, y'all work with this guy, that guy in the past. And then this same guy who you saying need to be realistic, he have fought like 5 or 6 of your fighters that's with your company when he was with lower weight divisions. Why all of a sudden when he comes to this particular weight division, all of a sudden it's a problem? There was never wrong side of the street at 135 with this guy. There was never wrong side of the street and you get with the wrong promoter and you got to leave and all that stuff there when this guy was at 140. How come when he got to 147 pounds, now all of a sudden, wrong side of the street, wrong network, Al got a different plan for me, you know what I mean? Your cousin got to know how to do the butterfly, your sister got to know how to do the one leg up, your auntie got to know how to do the Tootsie Roll, you know, your man got to know how to do the funky chicken, you know what I mean? Your daddy got to know how to do the Chico stick. Like, well, how come there was none of these stipulations prior to 147 and he fought a plethora of your fighters, of your fighters at 135 and 140? Please explain that to me, sir. True. I'm just asking. Rick, I don't know where you've been at, fam. He said, what were the final numbers on board David Avenese and pay-per-view buys? I never heard of a final number. Well, I know you listen to Fag Nam. Fag Nam probably told you did 5,000, 10,000, something like that. But he did 120,000. I had Rick Gage on here, did a whole show on it. He did 120,000. And if you go to BLK Prime, Rick, if you go to BLK Prime's, if you go to their social media account, they did an actual release on what they sold. So just go there and you'll be able to see it with your own eyes. Shout out to my sister Bless 365. Bless, what's going on, sis? What's happening? I'm shout out to Brady 12. What did you say, fam? You say, Coach, do you think Hector can ruin the fight for Tank? Can ruin the Ryan fight? No. Nah. I mean, again, I don't even know if that Ryan fight is going down. Ryan and Tank Davis fight. Remember, they don't have a signed contract, fam. So, you know, I'm the type of guy that, hey, when I see a signed contract, then I believe it's going down. You know what I mean? When I see a signed contract. And that's a cross-promotional, cross-network fight. If that fight happens, listen, if that fight happens, that tells you everything you need to know. That's a cross-promotional, cross-network fight that was made. So they can do it when they want to. If it happens, it's because they want it to happen. If it don't happen, it's because they don't want it to happen. Simple as that. True. Can't make this up, boy. You can't have it both ways, boy. You can't have it both ways, boy. Can't have it both ways. That double talk, boy, that double talk a mug, boy. That double talk is a mug.
What up, y'all? It's your man for Ricky Ross, and I'm letting you know that I'm doing celebrity features, product promotion, video commercials, product shout outs. And if you want me at one of your special functions or special event, all you gotta do is hit my email address, fwmillionaireclub@gmail.com. Boom.
Rented out my feelings up until the pay was due. Temporary healing.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Salute, man. Hey, Rick, what did he say, Rick? He said, Will, why you call him fag now? Yeah, I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with him. He don't like me. I don't like him. Fuck that nigga. True. Facts. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Shout out to Nelly. What did he say? He said, how did you sleep? Oh, he's talking about how Bless sleep. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Shout out to and what to say, G Daddy? You say Saturday night on fire. Yeah, Saturday night gonna be on fire, man. Saturday night gonna be on fire. It's gonna be on fire. Saturday night gonna be on fire, man. Hey, we gotta get the lights up, man. We got over 350 people in here and less than 300 likes, man. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Shout out to Big J. Big J, what's going on? Jaime Rivera, what's going on, fam? Hyman, what the link read, baby? What's happening? Shout out to my dog Hyman, man. Shout out to Knockdown 305, Dade County's finest. As a matter of fact, I got another one right here. What other? I want y'all to, did y'all hear what did y'all hear this? Did y'all hear this? As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all heard this. This is what Stephen A. Smith. Oh, Stephen A. ESPN. Stephen A. Smith, man. This is what Stephen A. Smith said. Y'all check this out. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for educational purposes only. Stephen A. Smith did an interview. He did an interview with Teddy Atlas. Guys, check this out.
You know what? I can't do it right now. But you're not that person, and that's why I appreciate you as a person. Like I said, not just as
this is about 10 days ago.
Not just as
this is about 10 days ago.
Sometimes argues with me and doesn't listen to me quite enough. But but as a person, I love because of what you are and because of what you do.
All right, get to the point, Teddy.
You make.
Get to the point.
So I want to ask you. Why are we, and I know this is going to get Stephen A. riled up a little tiny bit, but why do we not have Spence Crawford in boxing right now? Why is that fight not taking place right now?
You know, it's interesting. Terry, I got a call a few weeks ago, and some guys are trying to explain to me what happened. And because they had, a couple of...
He said he got a call a few weeks ago. Check this out.
I'm not going to mention their names, but they had... Terry, I got a call a few weeks ago. And some guys are trying to explain to me what happened. And because they had, a couple of promoters, I'm not going to mention their names, but they had a problem with the fact that, I was calling out promoters. And I said, listen, it's the truth. The fact of the matter is that until you show me a fighter that's running from another fighter, I'm going to look at the promoters because y'all are holding the sports hostage. I said, this is why I've raved about Dana White for the UFC all the time.
Now, I totally agree with that. See, this is the problem that's going on that I see going on in YTBC and boxing, right? You have guys, and I'm gonna break this down. This is gonna be very easy for me to break down. Shout out to Curtis Robinson. He said, "Take my people," and you keeps it real. And the Rizzo Truck Simpson. He said, "We from B-More. We all." He say, "We KO all comers." True. Yes, sir, man. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Curtis Robinson, man. Salute to you, fam. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for the hell. Did I drop my pen? What the hell? What happened? Oh, I dropped my thing. All right, cool. Yeah, salute to you, my brother. The power brokers in the sport of boxing determine which fights happen. On the YTBC, for some strange, and this is why I say in the YTBC, you have very low IQ boxing fans. Not all. Now, I would like to think the people in my chat are very high IQ. But you have cliquish, low IQ channels who have low IQ subscribers, and they play on their subscribers' insecurities. They may be revolutionaries. They may participate in the Victim Olympics, stuff like that. Lack critical thinking skills, stuff like that. So the power brokers in boxing dictate which fights happen, which fights don't happen. The power brokers are networks, promoters, managers, stuff like that. That's who dictates what happened in the sport of boxing. So when fights don't happen, or when they do happen, it's because the power brokers in the sport of boxing wanted that fight to happen. Period. The promoters don't work for the fighters. The fighters work for the promoters. As strange as that sounds. Now I know what you're saying. Oh man, these fighters are 1099. They're independent contractors. Yeah. That's what it looked like. Yeah, they're independent contractors. Guess what? How many fighters putting up money for their fights? I'll wait. How many fighters paying for site venues? I'll wait. How many fighters are making sure that paying for the insurance on the fights? Making sure that the fight is insured. Making sure that they secure the venue. Give me one that's doing it. True. Bet you can't give me one. Give me the wisest from Wakanda. Call the show, 530-494-9636. Give me the wisest of the wisest from Wakanda and answer that question for me. You can't. So, until the power brokers in boxing decide that a fight is going to happen, it won't happen. That's how this works. Irregardless of what your favorite Wakanda channel say to you. That's how this works. Whatever you want to tell, I don't know however many shooters you got, however many goons you got, how many Bloods, Crips, Gangster Disciples, Vice Lords you with, how many gang, all of that stuff. All that stuff sound good. Sir, things don't happen unless the power brokers want them to happen. I know this for a fact. That's why I don't get it. I can't listen to no, I don't listen to these other niggas. Especially with the connections that I have now. So I don't, I know this now that he making that shit up. Yeah, I nigga know what he's talking about. Yeah, he clicked some views. Okay, yeah, that's what his subscriber want. Oh, the analytics is telling him to do this. Okay, yada yada. So I know the game. I know the game. I get it, right? But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much how it goes down. That's pretty much how it goes down. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to D Block, man. Adrian, D Block, what's going on? D Block, Lil Bot, Die Bot, G Code. Now, the Dana White situation, right? The UFC. Financially, those fighters don't make a lot of money in the UFC. But guess what? In boxing, fighters don't make a lot of money in boxing either. True. So when people bring this up, that, oh man, the fighters in the UFC, they ain't getting paid. The fighters in boxing don't get paid. It's a poor man's sport. So now you may say, well, the top guys in the UFC don't make what the top guys in boxing make. What top guys? It depends on which top guys are you talking about. Do the top guys in the UFC make what Tyson Fury made? No. Do the top guys in the UFC make what Anthony Joshua made? No. Do the top guys in the UFC make what Canelo Alvarez made? No. Do the top guys, those are three guys right there. Maybe what Deontay Wilder made? No. Crawford just made $10 million. They ain't even making what Crawford making. But you give me the 7 or 8 or even 10 top guys in boxing. Because you guys tell half truths. When you say, well, in the UFC, they don't make what the fighters in boxing make. No, in the UFC, the top guys don't make what the top guys in boxing make. So I give you 10 guys in boxing from every weight division combined that don't make, the UFC don't make what they make. But guess how many fighters in boxing? You probably got over 1,000 fighters in boxing. Hell, the PBC got 300 fighters, 300 fighters with the PBC alone. So you're going to look at 10 fighters and tell me that an entire sport in the UFC, they don't make what the fighters have been making boxing. The average boxer make about $45,000 a year. Them dudes ain't making no money in boxing neither. What fighters making money in boxing? You're going to tell me them same 7, 8, 9 fighters. That's all you're going to tell me. You do know that there are more than 9 fighters in boxing, right? You do know that, right? You got an entire heavyweight division, an entire cruiserweight division, an entire light heavyweight division, an entire super middleweight division, middleweight division, junior middleweight division, welterweight division, junior welterweight division, lightweight division, super featherweight division on down. So you try to tell me that all these guys make more money than what fighters in the UFC? No, they don't. True. All of them make about the same. All of them make about the same thing. And boxing is comprised of mostly average fighters. It ain't a whole lot of superstars in boxing. Y'all talking like it's a bunch of Canelos running around in boxing. Nah. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oakland, talk to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on the whole UFC boxing comparison. One of the things about the way UFC fighters get paid, because they do legitimately get paid way less when you break it down to the fact that these guys, they're not just training boxing. They're not just, doing their workouts for cardio and endurance.
Mm-hmm.
These guys got to practice jiu-jitsu. They got to practice grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, these cats are, basically working, 8 to 10 hour days. And then at the end of the day, the fight gets canceled. They don't get shit. And if they fight and lose, they only get half their check. It's the only sport I've ever heard of where the top fighter, John Jones, basically undefeated, the Michael Jordan of their sport, has been sitting out for damn near 3 years over money. That man was the champion, 3-time champion, and he's sitting on the sideline over money. No other sport has that. And he's not the only one. Henry Cejudo, the 125, 135 pound champ, same thing. So them cats, they're doing bad over there, coach. They really are.
You're talking about the top. You're talking about the top guys. And listen, if you listen, if you listen to what I said.
No, I heard you, coach.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they got it worse than what most people think, because a lot of people hate on boxing. They're like, oh, we can't get the fights that we want to see. UFC gets some fights done. No, they don't. We're supposed to see this Nigerian brother named Francis Ngannou fighting John Jones for the past 2 years. Hasn't happened. Why? Over money. And these cats got the bread. That's the cold part. We could look at PBC and be like, man, them cats is hurting for money. They're hemorrhaging that money. They're hurting for bread. UFC got that. They got a fat ass deal with ESPN. They got all these TV deals. They don't share gate money. They don't share hardly any of their revenue, and they still don't pay their fighters. At least boxers get a decent chunk of the change, even if it ends up being peanuts if you're
what boxing?
A guy on the prelim.
What boxing? What when you say boxing, give me an example.
Like I said, the guys that are on the prelim, the guys that fights don't even get broadcasted. At least them cats, kind of like Joe Smith, the ex-175 champ. That cat, he had enough free time to train and go work a full-time job doing construction. UFC, them cats can't even do that, coach. You got these cats basically homeless, living at the gym, couch surfing. They doing bad. So, when people want to knock boxing, hey, boxing might be corrupt, but they're doing a hell of a lot better than MMA in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know about that, fam. I mean, because I have callers tell me that quite a few people in the MMA, they're doing well. Now, of course, the top fighters, I don't follow MMA like I should. Now, of course, the top fighters in the MMA don't make what the top fighters in boxing make. But I know that the average fighter in boxing, the sport that we love, only makes about $45,000 a year. That's the average fighter.
Yeah.
So they can't be doing. They can't. So if boxers only making $45,000 a year, the average fighter in America, just around the world, $45,000 a year, and you saying that's doing way better than UFC, then what they're making in the UFC? $5, $10, $20? The average UFC fighter?
I mean, you got dudes making $12,000 if they $12,000 a fight, $12,000 if they win. Some guys making even less than that, and that's on the UFC roster. You know what I mean? That's the guys that you actually do see fight. We're not talking about these, mom and pop promotions where, the UFC eventually gets all their top fighters from. Like I said, these cats are basically training day in, day out, and they got to kick in, to their manager 10%, got to kick into their trainer. When it's all said and done, they're lucky if they come home with $2,000-3,000.
But you know what though? Guess what? They chose that sport.
Oh no, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
There's no denying that.
They chose that sport. So they knew ahead of time, hey, when you walk into this thing in the UFC, you're gonna make A, B, C, and D. This is how this thing works. Those fighters don't have to do that. They can say, you know what, man, the money ain't here, I'm not gonna fight. They still chose to sign those contracts, very similar to what boxers do in boxing, and it is what it is. That's what they chose to do. So I don't know the actual financial breakdown, so I'm not really educated in that verse right there. But I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some people on this platform from the UFC from a business standpoint, and then I'm gonna get some people in boxing. I'll probably get Rick Glazer back on here in boxing, and to do an actual breakdown of it, because from what I'm seeing, I don't see the boxers doing no more than what the UFC fighters are doing outside of the top guys. From a pay scale standpoint, shit, we had Johnny Rice on here. Johnny Rice said he was shooting dice. Man had to shoot dice to pay rent and shit. So it can't be too goddamn grave in boxing. You know what I mean? But you made your point. You made your point, Martin. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Yeah, so coach.
Salute.
All right.
What's up? Yeah, I get what Martin's saying. I get, especially when he's talking about the top fighters. I get what he's saying. But my thing is, bro, we did a whole show on this, and I brought it up. I said the average fighter making about $45,000 a year, dog. And I think that the average blue collar fighters, like those undercards, like I would love to see what is the payout for that undercard that Tank Davis is having. How much you think Anthony Peterson getting paid? How much you think Lamont Peterson getting paid? How much you think Rashidi Ellis getting paid? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, coach? What's up, coach? It's Cassidy, man.
Butch Cassidy, talk to me, fam.
Yeah, happy New Year to you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah. It's good that you obviously, it's good. Yeah, like I said, it's obviously that you put up this topic and you getting this show. You get me. I wanted to rebound over what the last caller was saying, and I wanted to speak on what he was talking about this boxing UFC and shit. The box, at the end of the day, like you said, coach, do we really care as fans of the sport that we love? Do we really care about the business of this, or do we care about just getting the facts that we want?
I mean, as a fan, I definitely want to get the fights that we want, because from a business standpoint, I don't benefit from it because we not involved in the business. You get what I'm saying? So
exactly. So coach, when you say that, when guys like the last caller, obviously you get me, I respect his opinion or whatnot. When the guys at the last caller talk about, the UFC guys are doing shit over there, it's bad over there. It can't be bad because the fans are getting what the fuck they want. No one's talking about the business over there, about the UFC. And talk about, the fighters get paid shit, or the last caller talking about it's bad over there. It can't be that bad because Lamar in the middle, he made the most money his whole career over there. Conor McGregor, he made the most money, obviously, with Floyd, but before that, how do you think he got to fucking where he was? You get me, before he fought Floyd. I'm saying to you that you can't be doing that bad over there, because once Dana White is the guy that stands behind every single fighter after they've had a fight. He puts the belt around the fucking winner. I don't hear none of the fighters, none of the top guys say in the ring after he puts the belt around their waist, Dana, man, you ain't paying me enough money, man. What's going on, man? I don't understand. What are you talking about, man? All the boxers of now, even the top fighters, the fights are going to purses. They're going to purses. One of the top fighters, Demetrius Andrade, he's getting offered chipping money.
Yeah.
But they don't make sense. The UFC fighters, their fights don't go to purses. They have to get in there and fight. They get in there and fight. John Jones is the only entity that makes sense of him asking for what he wants, because he's earned his way up there. He's earned his way. Fought with the monsters. John Jones. These fighters in boxing nowadays, it's just ridiculous. Like you said, I don't blame the fighters, obviously. I blame the guys in the suits.
Yeah.
Because they don't give us what we want. They don't give us what we want. But this 2023, they're going to give us what we want.
From what I know a lot of people watch UFC, and they always talk about they get the fights they want. I be watching some UFC fights, and they get the top guys all the time. It's not like boxing. You make an argument about the pay, but the fans are satisfied in the UFC. Now, it might be one fight that they don't get here and one fight that they don't get there. But over here in our sport in boxing, that not getting the top guys, fighting the top guys, that happens on the regular over here. Over here, that always happens. Wrong side of the street. Your baby mama ain't bow-legged. Your cousin not light-skinned. Your auntie dark-skinned. You with the wrong network. You with the wrong promoter. You gotta like in the UFC. Do you have fans in the UFC negotiating contracts in the UFC space like they do in the YTBC? Cassidy, from what you know of. Castle, you know? No, I say, do you have fans?
Yeah.
Do you watch the UFC?
Of course. They give us the facts that we want.
Yeah, do you have fans that argue over contracts, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, take whatever we give you? Do you have fans do that in the UFC like they do on YouTube unboxing?
No, coach, man. No. And this is why you need to keep preaching the shit that you're doing, because you're gonna open the gateways for these promoters, because you know they're listening.
Yeah, they listen. Yeah.
You understand they're listening. They're taking it in. They know that you've now created a space now where this shit, we can't put the rules over our eyes no more. We can give us what we want. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, you're talking about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Oh, people are going to steal the fight. Like you said, people are going to steal the fucking fight from Hector Garcia, Tank Davis, all the rest. They're going to steal it anyway.
Yeah.
They're not giving us what we want, man. Doesn't make sense. UFC, no one cares about the business over there because they get the facts that we want. They don't care. They still get in there. You can say they get paid this, that, but they still get in there. Dana White, you can say what you want about him. He gives the fucking fans what they want. It's as simple as that, because he cares about the sport as itself. These guys in the suit, they don't give a fuck about us.
No,
they don't care about us.
No, they don't.
They don't care about us. They don't care. And if they cared about the coach, if they cared about the last thing is, if they cared about the fighters, which they should be, I think the promoters, they should fucking care about the fighters. If they cared about the fighters, more people would know who Bruce Ennis is. More people would know who Rashidi Ellis is. And he would have got Errol Spence undisputed. He would have got Errol Spence undisputed. They would have Bob Arum would have got Terrence Crawford undisputed.
Yeah, that shit would happen. That shit would happen in 5 minutes. Hey, shout out to Bush Man Castle. Salute, fam. Thank you for calling in, fam. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I argue. I'm looking at both sides of the coin. There's an upside and a downside, right? Both sides of the coin. You know what I mean? You got a heads, you got a head side, and you got a tails. Both sides of the coin. There's ups and downs on both sides of the coin, right? I can't look at one particular fighter's situation and say his situation represents everybody in the sport. It doesn't. His situation is unique to the individual. You know, and you have levels to this stuff. You have the top tier fighters, and you have the lower tier and the mid tier fighters, right? Some fighters are stars, and some fighters are not. When you look at the grand scheme of things in boxing, how many stars do you have? Let's add them up. Let's add them up. Now, I'm talking about guys who push the needle. Let's add them up. Let's see. All right, let's go to the heavyweight division. You got Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Talking about the guys that's making Anthony Joshua, God, woo, that'll get someone's goddamn money. It don't make no sense. AJ, Fury. Alexander Usyk making some good money because he fought those two guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's good? This is the Boxing Historian, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, Boxing Historian, talk to me, fam.
Oh, man. Look, with this situation with Tank Davis, I mean, I think he is a polarizing figure in the sport of boxing. I do believe that he has a certain level of popularity, but I do believe that when it comes to certain boxing fans, I do think that certain boxing fans still do live in a bubble, because at the end of the day, you know, there are guys on the UFC undercard, lower tier cards that are more known around the world than the top echelon fighters in the sport of boxing. Really, if you're talking about active fighters, you know, Tank Davis would be on that level and will be in that listing.
Yeah.
So would Wilder to a degree, Canelo Alvarez, and Anthony Joshua, and maybe Tyson Fury, and that's about it. And that's just the God honest truth.
What about I know Spence and Crawford don't make nowhere near what these guys make. Well, I don't know about Tank. Yeah, I don't know about Tank, but what do you think from a popularity standpoint? So you saying in boxing you got Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Canelo, you say maybe Tank. What about Usyk? You don't think Usyk? Not Usyk?
Nah.
Okay, not Usyk.
Not as if you're talking about maybe popularity in the Ukraine.
In the Ukraine,
to some degree.
Well, we know Inoue is big in his country. He's a megastar in his goddamn country. That motherfucker, he Godzilla over there in Japan.
Oh yeah, he kaiju man over there for sure. You dig what I'm saying? For sure, yeah, he is. And he is getting a little bit of attention because of the promotion. And obviously, you know, Bob Arum, love him or hate him, man, like that. He has the machine behind him, ESPN, and he also is the only functional boxing promoter that knows how to promote his fighters. So partially that part of that is also part of the thing. But you know, right now, you know, it's just, you know, with Tank Davis, and sometimes I'll be wondering, man, you know, sometimes if, and don't get it twisted. I mean, I believe that it happened, but sometimes it's just the timing of these things. How come these things is happening right before a fight that's gonna happen? It's like it's always got to be some negative attention, you know. Now, as far as comparing and contrasting with with his situation with Dana White, I think that, you know, look, things happen, of course. Yeah. You know, something's more extreme than others.
You talking about with Dana White, him and his wife slapping each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she slapped, slapped her ass back. He slapped her twice, it looked like, from what I saw. So, amen.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, look, if the chick did something to Tank, and you know, Tank slapped her or something like that, if he'd have just slapped her, I think that's, and been with it, then that's cool. But who knows where that situation went, or who was the initiator, what really went on, if it even went on at all. It is what it is. But as far as Dana White, I mean, that shit was kind of funny, man. You know, look, I mean, at the end of the day, these females, man, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes, man, you know, when they start getting physical, you gotta defend yourself. I'm just gonna put it like that. So, you know. But as far as that goes with Tank, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I wonder how much it will affect him in this fight. I think that Hector Garcia, I might be in the minority, but this is probably the first fight where I actually think that the guy actually has a decent shot of winning. Hector Garcia, I give him a 30% chance.
30%.
Give him 30%. Yeah,
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
He's a massive underdog, so I mean, we'll see though. I will see.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. You know, but that's pretty much my thoughts. You know, of course, and I'll just say this: as far as the ticket prices, man. I mean, look, you got to be a high roller to be fucking paying for ringside. I mean,
boy, you talk about $7,000 after taxes. For tickets, you know, ringside tickets. I'm like, God damn, like, bro, $7,000 after taxes. So it's like, bro, woo, Lord have mercy. Boy, they're trying to get the entire hog. Like, bro, y'all trying to get the God damn. Well, like, I could now, if it was in Vegas, I could see maybe that in Vegas. Oh, they fighting in Vegas. But then too, his opponent, Hector Garcia, nobody know who this guy is. So just imagine what the ticket prices are going to be if this fight with Tank and Ryan Garcia was to go down in Vegas. So if you're paying $7,000 to go to a Tank Davis fight to fight Hector Garcia. Yeah, I know he got Boots on there, but Boots ain't fought nobody. Nobody know who he is outside of Philly. You got Demetrius Andrade on there. People been saying for years he ain't fought nobody. Rashidi Ellis, people don't know about it. I can't even tell you 2 people he fought. You know, then you got Lamont Peterson came back, Anthony Peterson came back. So you got names on the card, but the problem is the names that you have on the card, when you look at their opposition, who they are fighting, guess what? Don't nobody know who any of those guys are. So this is why I say, Boxing the Story, this is not a stat card. Because I know what a stat card is. You know, you've been watching boxing a long time. You know what a stat card is. You know, we seen Julio Cesar Chavez, Mildred Taylor, doggone on Julian Jackson's Mike McCallum, doggone to Zuma Nelson, Jesse James Leal, Terry Norris, Simon Brown. So we know what a stat card is. Because we know who Julio Cesar Chavez is. We know who Mildred Taylor is. We know who Julio Cesar Chavez, Frankie Randall is. We know who Julian Jackson is, Mike McCallum. From a skill set standpoint, all of these guys are right there. So that's what a stat card is. We know that. Anything else you want to say before I let you go?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I would say, look, I mean, you know what, 6,000, you know what you do with that shit? Fly to Vegas, then fly to Puerto Rico, then fly to Rio de Janeiro, then fly to Japan, and then fly right back here in the States in the span of 2 weeks. That's what you do with that shit. That's big, man.
All right, shout out to Box in the Store, man. Salute, fam.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, I listen, bro. Don't get caught up on what they talk about on social media, bro. Bro, don't get caught up on, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, again, it don't be doing what you think it don't be doing what you think it is, fam. Shout out to Will. For dropping that half for bam, doubling your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What you say? You say, please do bring UFC guys to break this stuff down. I'm so sick of the narrative. I keep hearing about boxers make more than UFC guys. I can't stand business talk, but in this case, it's necessary. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring some UFC guys on here, man. That's what we're gonna do, man. We need to mix it up a little bit and find out what's really going on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin from Oakland. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, I just wanted to kill once and for all that argument about Dana White giving the fans the fights they want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Khabib Nurmagomedov, arguably the #1 Muslim athlete in the world. He was the B-side to the highest grossing UFC fight ever.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to fight GSP, Hall of Famer, legend, arguably one of the best ever.
To my Pierre.
Dana wouldn't do it over money. Then Nate Diaz and Connor, been supposed to run it back for like the last 5 years. Never gave the fans that fight.
How many
John
times they fought?
Jones
They fought 3 times, right?
They fought twice. And they kept dangling the third fight over old boy's head to get him to do other fights because he knew that was going to be a big payday.
Yeah.
Never happened. Then you got Francis Ngannou and John Jones basically doing a Bud Crawford, Sean Porter, where they try to set up the fight between them. Fight didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's the heavyweight champ against the light heavyweight champ. Didn't happen. Then it was supposed to be Stipe Miocic, the greatest heavyweight champion ever, fighting the greatest fighter ever. Fight still hasn't happened. So where are these fights that Dana White is making for the fans that the fans want to see? It's bullshit, coach. It's bullshit. I've been following the sport for 12, 15 years, just like I've been following boxing. It's bullshit. That's all I got to say, coach.
Hey, man, man, Martin, thank you for calling in, man. You know, I don't know a lot about UFC. I know it'd be a lot of, I know the events be sold out. That's all I know, it'd be packed.
For sure.
But thank you for educating me. I don't know, fam. I got to do more research on it, to be honest with you. But thank you, brother, for calling and let me know that. Shout out to Martin from Overtime in the building, man. Yeah, see, I don't know, guys, but I think it will be a good idea to get the guys from the UFC on the platform. I think we need to do that. Shout out to Derek for dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Derek, what you say, fam? He said, I pay $7,000 to watch Tank fight. We hanging out for the whole day. He said, I'll get my money's worth. No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, fam. If that's what you would pay, there's nothing wrong with that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, coach? It's your number. D-Block, D-Town, D-City, D-Ville, Baltimore. Weigh in tomorrow.
D-Block, what's going on,
coach?
fam? Yes, sir.
I just want to say to everybody in the chat, everybody talking, I just want to let you know, let's get those likes up, please, for coach. Okay, let's hit those like buttons.
Yeah, get the
coach,
likes up, man.
I'm just looking at hell yeah. I'm looking at this the purse, coach, for the Davis Hector Garcia. Davis is only going to be guaranteed $1.5 million, and Hector is going to be guaranteed $350,000. So what I'm thinking, right? Tank Davis is the pay-per-view star, like they say, right? That's what we talk about here, and you know who I am. Everybody knows who I am. I am the Tank Davis deflector. All right, all the hype, the train is rolling. But guess what? Those practices don't get loose. You know why? Because that's not a pay-per-view star. $1.5 million guaranteed. And I understand they want the pay-per-view to sell. Do you think this fight does $250,000, coach, or $350,000? What's your thought?
You talking about pay-per-views?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hell no. It ain't going to do nowhere near that. No. And
Why do you think those ticket prices are so high?
And guess what? And one thing I can guarantee you, Showtime not going to release those numbers.
There you go.
They're not going to release those numbers. Hell no. They ain't going to do nowhere near that.
So, but they clown, and this is the thing that I don't understand, okay? And that, talking about UFC and boxing, to be honest with you, UFC will never be, they'll never pay their fighters. It'll take some legal from Congress or something like that. They'll have to break up something. Maybe it's just a monopoly and the way they have it structured where they don't pay their fighters enough and they're getting brutally beat up in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But other than that, one day it's going to come to head. But what I'm saying is, he is not a pay-per-view star. Yes, he sells at arenas. Yes, but guess what? They hiking up the prices because they are not going to pay Tank Davis $5 million guaranteed plus pay-per-view. They're not going to do that, even if he has his own promotion. Who's paying for this card? Not Tank Davis. He's not paying for it. Showtime. Somebody's paying for it. So for those people to say that he's his own boss now, he's not his own boss. He's still being run by Al Haymon, right? I'm just being honest with that.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the thing that I gotta say. Like let's just stick to the narrative, which is Tank Davis is doing good to be a 135-pound division secondary champ. Because when you look at it, when they put it on Showtime on Instagram and on the shows and all this, they say WBA champion of the world, right? And they know that the real champion is Devin Haney, but they don't put it out there.
Devin Haney is the WBA champion, super champion. He is that guy. He got all the belts. Those are facts.
Watch the commercial, coach, because I know you're going to buy the fight. Watch the commercial, how they say it and how they put it out there. And in this card, there are no champions to be champions. There's no defending champion, and nobody there is even fighting for a title. And you want to charge me $80? Nah, that don't make no sense. So all the people that want to spend their money on $80, nah.
Yeah.
What do you think, coach?
I don't know. So you said that this information, this is what they submitted. Where did you get this information from about the 1.5 and 300,000? Because I do know that they have to submit the fight purses. Yeah. What the fighters are going to make to Nevada. Whoever the sanction.
So this is
Go ahead.
I had to dig it. Like you say, coach. I had to dig my sources. Sources say this is per sports payout, coach. This is coming out for per sports payout. It says per sports payout says Davis will take home a guaranteed salary of $1.5 million, and Garcia is expected to earn $350,000 pay-per-view share, split is 60-40 in favor of Tank Davis.
Okay, so sports. What is it? What is it? Sports.
It's called. Yes, sir. It's called a per sports payout.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna look
They're
it
the
up
ones
right
announcing this.
Yeah.
All right, coach. I'm gonna let you be.
Shout out to D-Block. Salute, fam.
Let's roll.
Yes, sir. Shout out to D-Block, man. I mean, I'm gonna look that up. I mean, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. The more than likely. But let me pull it up and see because I want to read it for myself. But I mean, that's typical. That's typical PBC. 1.5 to me. Carla, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? It's True Time's father calling from Virginia.
All right, 2 times father calling from Virginia. Talk to me, fam.
Good, fam. So I overheard you talk about the undercard, right? And you are right. There are a lot of names on that undercard. Talking about Tanks, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of good names. This is really great. But everybody's going to watch the fight. Now, I'm from Virginia, and I actually went to school with one of the dudes that's on the undercard, Demond Nicholson. He's actually fighting Boo Boo Andre that night.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think it's going to be an interesting fight because he actually has a decent resume. So I just want to, or not a decent resume, I should say, but he fought decent opposition. He fought Edgar Berlanga, lost to him, but it is what it is. He gave Jesse. He also fought the Captain Philly, super middleweight. Jesse Hart. He also fought Jesse Hart. So I just wanted to put that out there. So everybody that's gonna watch it over the weekend, definitely take a look at that fight in particular because I think it's gonna be a little harder than most people expect. But that's it, coach. Just wanted to stop by and say that.
Man, hey, thank you so much, man. It was your 2 times father. Thank you for Virginia in this BI, man. Shout out to you, fam. One of my favorite fighters of the world, Pernell Whitaker's from Virginia. Salute to you, fam. Yes, sir, man.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. to Sweet Pea, man. Yeah. As a matter of fact, yeah, he go right here. Now, this is sportingnews.com. This is sportingnews.com. This article was written by Daniel Yonovsky. He says Gervonta Davis Hector versus Hector Luis Garcia. Per salaries, how much money they will make. Now, more than likely, this is a back-end lace contract. You know, you're going to get the rest of your money on the back end. So basically, just like what he said on the purse payouts, this is our sports payouts right here. This is what he was talking about, the D block. He said per sports payouts, he said Davis would take home a guaranteed $1.5 million. Garcia is expected to earn $350,000. The pay-per-view share split is 60-40 in favor of Davis. So, so it says per total sportal, Davis made a guarantee total of about $2 million, $5 million following the pay-per-view sales in his last fight against Rolando Romero, right? And it said Romero made about $500,000, $1.5 million following the pay-per-view sales. So he made an extra meal on the back end according to total sportal, right? The pay-per-view split was also 60-40 against Cruz in 2021. Davis earned about $1 million. He took home 50% of the pay-per-view share. We don't know exactly what that was. It said per Total Sports, Garcia took home a guaranteed $75,000 against Chris Colbert, and who took home $500K. So this. So when Garcia, this boxing now, check this out, this boxing. When Hector Garcia fought Chris Colbert, he made $75,000. Made $75,000. Chris Colbert made $500,000, right? And then it talks about Tank Davis's net worth and all that stuff there. Now the question I have is this. Shout out to Jaime Rivera. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy. Cash out.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Jaime, what'd you say for me? Say for putting in the work, coach. Salute, bro. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, fam. Now, the question I have is this. Can anyone explain to me how is a fighter by the name of Gervonta Tank Davis, who's selling out arenas, and according to sources, meaning YouTube channels, Mike Coppinger, inside PBC sources, leaks and stuff like that, he's doing 300,000, 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Cash cow. Why is this cash cow getting paid his guaranteed purses of $1.5 million and $2 million? And a fighter by the name of Canelo Alvarez gets paid, he's a cash cow, supposed to be similar to Tank, right? But one cash cow is getting paid way more guaranteed. Hell, even Triple G getting paid way more guaranteed. I mean, me personally, I would think that Tank probably should be getting, I would think his base salary should be, and I ain't no fan of Joe Promoter. I don't give a damn. I don't get none of the goddamn money. I don't know the nigga. I don't know him, Bob Aaron, Steven Esper. I don't know none of them. I don't know none of them niggas. But I'm saying, Canelo neither. But I'm saying, I would think that, damn, okay, his base salary should be at least $5 million. Why I got to be 1.5 and then 60% of the pay-per-view? Why can't it be 5 million and then 60% of the pay-per-view? Or 10 million and then 60% of the pay-per-view? Because if it was Canelo, that's what it's gonna be with Canelo. You guys get what I'm saying? If it's Anthony Joshua, you already know what time it is with Anthony Joshua. That boy get paid a boatload of money. Tyson Fury is gonna be more than that. Shit, I think that's about it. Hell, Terrence Crawford got paid $10 million his last fight, fighting David Avenesian. He made $6 million guaranteed fighting Sean Porter. Sean Porter made his highest payday fighting Terrence Crawford, and he made $4 million guaranteed. And they got a percentage of the pay-per-views. That man should at least get paid more than that. You get what I'm saying? He should at least get paid more than that. He got a black promoter, right? I'm just saying, dog. Like try to make it back. I ain't got but a GED, but I got a master's degree in common sense. If he is this mega star that you're saying he is, why he's not getting mega star money? So to me, that means that they lowballing Tank, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Hey, Damien, what I'm saying? Damien, check this out. Man, Tank, all jokes aside, Tank Davis should be getting paid way more than that guaranteed, bro. Now we're gonna find out because because they have to submit that. The promoters have to always submit that to, I want to say it was in Nevada, the boxing commission. They gotta always submit what the fight purses are with the boxing commission. They have to do that. So my thing is this here: Tank selling out arenas, man. The man selling out arenas, fighting Roland Romero's and stuff like that. He's selling out arenas, and they say he's doing 300,000 pay-per-view buys. You trying to tell me his net worth? You trying to tell me he can't get a guarantee of $5 or $10 million? And Peter's cash cow, you say he is. It ain't making no sense to me, dog. It ain't making no sense to me, dog. Shout out to JRG. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, what did he say? Looks like Tank is getting pimped out. Staying so-called loyal. Yeah, that don't make no sense. I'm just saying that don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me, dog. Forget what he getting paid on the back end. My thing is, why the man is only getting $1.5 million and he's a superstar, according to what Showtime is telling me, according to what the PBC promotions is telling me. He has a black promoter, so I don't want to hear nothing about no racism. I don't want to hear nothing about what a white man is not allowing him to make the money that he would let the other white fighters make. No, you can't play the race card on this. Why? Because he got a black promoter. True. He got a black promoter. Am I missing something here, guys? Am I missing something here? He got a black promoter, right? Don't he have a black promoter? Let's make it do what he do, man. Niggas. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this here, man. All I'm saying is this here, man. Now, it ain't making no sense to me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because the more this is the perfect example. That's a perfect example, bro. He's a cash cow. He's selling out arenas. He's a megastar. Well, why is he getting paid $1.5 million guaranteed? I'm just saying. Tank is a bigger star than Terrence Crawford. But Terrence Crawford is making more money than Tank. Like, I'm trying to, like, this ain't making no sense to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you trying to, as a matter of fact, let's see what we got. Man, listen. This is my opinion. This is my opinion and my opinion only. My opinion and my opinion only. His Tank Davis base salary should be no less than $5 million. Okay, my base salary need to be $5 million. I'm the flagship of the PBC. I'm an old label carrying ass nigga. I put the whole company on my back now. Left Mayweather Promotions, I'm putting the whole company on my back. So you left Mayweather Promotions, but he's still getting paid $1.5 million. He was getting paid $1.5 million guaranteed with Mayweather Promotions. So he leaves Mayweather Promotions and he's still getting paid $1.5 million guaranteed. Now it makes sense what Floyd said. Like I said before, whether you working with me, whether you working with me or you working with Al. If you're working with Al, you still working with me. Whether you know it or not. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if my name is on the banner, whether it's Mayweather Promotions on the banner or not. If you're working with Al Heyman, you're working with me. Do you think that I've given this sport over 20 years of my life and I would not know what's going on with the company? I know everything that's going on with the company. I speak to Al Heyman every day. He's like a second father to me. He said that, bro. He said that. You cut out the middleman, Floyd Mayweather, and you still getting $1.5 million guaranteed? And the back end money, you don't get that till 6 months to maybe a year later on down the line, according to what Agent Broner said. Like, dog, make it make sense. I'm just saying, dog. Like, I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm confused. You say I have a confused look on my face. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. True. That's all I'm saying, fam. That's all I'm saying. He need to be getting at least, listen, he need to be getting at least $5 million guaranteed. You got a black promoter. You got a black promoter. So this ain't no systemic racism. The white man is conspiring against the black man. No, he has a black advisor. Now he got a white promoter in Tom Brown. Tom Brown is the promoter. He got a white promoter in Tom Brown. But that's all I'm saying though. Hey, Keena, you get what I'm saying? You say shit. You say he should really sign with Golden Boy. I know. I'm just trying to. What you say? Oh, Harleen, you say at least 5 to 7. Yeah, at least 5 to 7. That should be his base salary. That should be his base salary. Tank Davis, a phenomenal fighter that he is, Tank should be getting paid at least $5 to $7 million guaranteed. He's selling out arenas, according to what they're saying, according to the reports and sources. He's doing over 300,000 pay-per-view buys. He's doing more than any fighter on the PBC. There is no fighter on the PBC that make the that is the draw, that has the drawing power of a Tank Davis. You can't name one. Not Deontay Wilder, not Errol Spence, not the Charlo brothers, definitely not the Charlo brothers, not Gary Russell Jr. None of those guys is the draw that Tank Davis is. Tank got the hood, and then he go all over the country selling out events. Consistently. And he only getting paid $1.5 million guaranteed? Interesting. I'm just saying, Hey, shout out to Damien. What did he say for me? Say, Coach, you're spitting facts. He has a horrible management team. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know about, apparently it's what you negotiate. You know what I mean? It's what you negotiate. You know what I mean? So it's what you negotiate. That's all. You know, so that's all I'm saying. To me, Damon, to me, Damien, the math don't add up to me. The math don't add up to me. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Jaime. What did say, family? Say, so he cut off Floyd for what? To get paid the same? He cut Floyd off to get paid the same. Well, probably Floyd don't have to get his cut now, but Floyd Mayweather still gonna get his cut because again, he's one of the part guys. He's one of the I guess the investors of the PBC, according to what Floyd said. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Damien.
What you calling for? BMO, right?
Well, I'm at work, but yeah.
Yeah.
You
be more. Yeah. Shout out to my brother Damien, man. Salute, fam. Talk to me.
So, Coach, this is like, for me, this is like the typical when you find a kid from the hood, he mismanaged, he doesn't know his worth. Because clearly, if you can go to all these different regions and sell out the arena, then you need to renegotiate. When that contract was over, that would seem like you renegotiated.
Yeah.
Because you're still getting the same cut. And like I said, the net worth back that up. Because if he was getting these $5 and $10 million that they claimed, then his net worth would be a lot more than, what is it, 2-3 million or something like that? 3 million.
No, it's like 4 million, but it should be more. It should be more, but
it should be way more. If you're getting $5 million a fight that they say, then and I mean it's sad, and I don't blame Calvin and them because I don't think that's not their lane. You got to get like a real lawyer, to negotiate. If you're not going to negotiate yourself, you need to get a real lawyer to negotiate your worth. Because there's no way in hell you get 1.5 million and you selling out. It's going to be a guarantee. It's sold out. Every hustler I know,
that's sell out.
Every hustler I know bought the suite. They all bought the suite, right? They big balling in the suite.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the other casuals, every casual, they just going to the fight just because they never been to a fight. Tank Davis fight. So it's going to sell out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still big for Romaco.
That's Tank Davis.
That's all I want to say. Man, it's for me. It's sad, man, because I'm just like, man, bro, you've been in the game long enough now that you should have realized that you got to get your own team. You know what I'm saying? Because everything you're doing now is still a conflict of interest, so to speak, because you're doing everything with Heyman and them. Of course everything is gonna be slanted towards them, and you feel like you never had money before, so you feel like I'm eating. Okay, you eating, but they eating. They probably they might do 7 to 10 million at the gate.
Yeah. They're gonna do that at the gate, and I don't even know. We don't even know what Tank getting into that gate money, but I don't know.
Probably not. I'm pretty sure he doesn't because he getting 1 point. He signed 1.3 the 1.5 guarantee. So if he signed that guarantee, that's the contract say. And okay, now you're gonna get part of the pay-per-view. They know the pay-per-view ain't gonna do shit. So they got the whole gate.
A lot of people gonna stream that. And this is what I was telling people. Like Tank is a phenomenal fighter, but people don't selectively decide what they're gonna pay for, what they're gonna stream. Everybody I know in my family, they love Tank. I ain't gonna lie, they love Tank Davis. Now Tank, boy, they love Tank. They love Tank. They love Crawford. They love Spence. They love Deontay Wilder. They love these guys. But guess what? All of them have Fire Sticks. They don't pay pay-per-views.
Coach, I'm a system administrator by trade. Before the streaming era hit, I was already streaming. Right?
Yes, sir.
So the point is, I mean, if they don't block these things off, which clearly they don't, then it's going to be streamed. I mean, you might have 1 million people watch the fight, but you probably only going to have 100,000 to pay for it.
Yeah.
So that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, we know realistically what the number's going to be because, I mean, like I said, the average boxing fan has a Fire Stick. The average casual has a Fire Stick, and they know how to watch the fight. And they all say, yeah, you watch the fight? Yeah, you know how I got the stick.
Yeah.
So, it's tough. It's tough, man. But keep doing what you do. And tell D-Block to leave. Keep Baltimore name on his mouth while I send some shooters.
hey, shout out to my brother David, man. Salute, fam. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, bro. To me, that ain't all jokes aside. That ain't right though. Tank Davis is a phenomenal fighter. He bring them out, and if he sell this venue out, selling $7,000 tickets and stuff like that, that tells you his drawing power. That tells you his drawing power. How y'all gonna get this man 1.5 million guaranteed? So just imagine what Demetrius Andrade getting paid. Hold on. What's hold on. What they getting paid? I wonder what they getting paid. You know what I mean? Let's look at some transparent. What all these other guys getting paid? You get what I'm saying? Let's see what everybody. What everybody else. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Since fighters, since the boxers make so much money, since boxers, check this out. Since boxers make so much more money, since the fighters make so much more money, right? If Tank Davis is getting a guaranteed purse of $1.5 million, so he'll 1.5, so he'll probably end up getting another three more million, hopefully a 3.5 more million. Hopefully he can get up to 5 million total payout. Hopefully he can get that, right? Pay-per-views and stuff like that. Hopefully he can get that. What in the hell? Let me ask y'all this question. If the Tank is getting 1.5 guarantee, Hector is getting 350,000 guaranteed. What is Jerron Ennis getting to fight Karen? Jerron Ennis is fighting a dude named Karen for the IBF intern welterweight title. How much you think he getting paid? What about Rashidi Ellis? He's fighting a dude named Romain Vila. How much you think he getting paid? Demetrius Andrade, he's fighting Damon Nicholson. How much you think he getting paid? Brandon Lee versus a to-be-announced opponent. How much you think he getting paid? Vito Milanicki Jr. versus Omar Rosales. How much you think he getting paid? And we're not even talking about Lamont Peterson, Anthony Peterson, and the other dudes named that we don't even see on this card. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Shout out to and again, we're not fanaging and promoting. We're not doing that. But we're just asking questions. Since on YouTube, all these dudes like to do is what? Talk about money. Oh, my fighter making this. My fighter got Lambos with suicide doors. My fighter living in mansions. He got mink coats, gator boots. We fly private jets. We flying. No, you're sitting on your baby mama's couch, big booty Judy, smoking a blunt of Reggie with your broke homeboy. So what you mean we? When Jamal Charlo and Jamil Charlo lease their vehicles, you are not a part of that equation, sir. When Jamal Charlo and Jamil Charlo get their 1.5 guarantee, I don't think you're a part of that equation, sir. When you say sign the contract, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, take whatever we give you, I don't think you're a part of that equation, sir. I'm just asking a question. You know, I'm just asking for a friend, that's all. I'm asking for a friend. Carla, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's the boxing scientist from California. What up, Coach?
What's going on, fam? Boxing scientist from Cali, talk to me.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's hard to believe Tank Davis is only getting 1.5. You know, you got guys like Shakur Stevenson, who's a great boxer, but he's nowhere near the star of a Tank Davis. And I believe he made something like $3 million.
Yeah, he got $3 million guarantee. Yeah, he got $3 million guarantee. Shakur.
Yeah, somebody's screwing Tank, you know, and I wish, like, my advice to him, if I was his advisor, I would just tell him, you know, it's a new year, get a new nickname, man. Like, drop the whole Tank thing because it's associated with, like, you know, beating women or whatever. So just get a new nickname, like Tank. Gervonta, the innocent one, Davis. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then also hook up with have Canelo walk him out against Ryan Garcia and wear the Canelo gloves, and he'll get all the Mexican fan base.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's just the fan base. He has a good fan base. It's whatever he's negotiating in his contract. It's like, you're not going to tell me there's no fight at the PBC bigger than Tank Davis. And he's getting a guaranteed $1.5 million. And he's a superstar. He's a global superstar according to what's being put out there. I've never seen a global superstar get paid $1.5 million. Never. How in the hell is Tank Davis this global superstar? Terrence Crawford is from Omaha, Nebraska. He can't sell. Nobody buys his stuff. But he made $20 million plus his last 3 fights combined. Made $10 million his last fight. Made 6 plus his last fight when he fought the fight before that fight, Sean Porter. How in the hell is a guy that's not a global superstar, can't sell, even though he does good at the gates all over the Vegas and stuff like that, can't sell, none of this stuff there, all the stuff you guys say, but a guy who's a global superstar selling out venues everywhere he goes, and he can't get no more than 1.5 million guaranteed? Somebody please make that make sense to me.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. I can't make sense out of it. But yeah, that's what I would advise him is like, you know, because he wanted to wear the Canelo gloves. He's cool with Canelo, but Floyd told him not to. But now he's not with Floyd. He's his own boss now. He should do that. He should just have Canelo walk him out against Ryan Garcia. And, you know, Canelo and Ryan have beef. And then that would piss off Floyd too. It'll probably make him cry to see Canelo walk him out, you know?
Yeah. Shout out to the go ahead, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just saying it would be cool. Thanks for having me, Coach.
Yeah, shout out to the boxing scientist. Salute, fam. Yeah, man. Shout out to Will. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
You said what hidden costs are in the contract? Does Tank train in Mayweather's gym? They pay for his traveling room and board. That's a scam, hidden costs. Yeah, you know, the devil is always in the details. They're always going to have hidden costs. You hit the nail right on the head, fam, Will. Shout out to Jugs. Hey, okay. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, I hope Tank sees this Broner message from me and wakes up. I'm glad you brought Broner up. I'm glad you brought Broner up. I want you guys to hear this. I'm glad you brought Broner up. I want you guys to hear this. 8B. Now we heard what Stephen A. Smith said. Stephen A. Smith said that somebody gave him a call.
Get into a lot of stuff, and I don't get into a lot of stuff that a lot of people get into, but I will tell you this. Dana White gives the UFC fans the fights they want to see when they want to see it. He's not making them wait 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You want to see this fight? You willing to pay to see this fight? I'm going to give it to you right now. And I really, really think that boxing needs a figure like that overseeing the sport, because we've gotten to a point, guys, where if you got 1 loss or 2 losses, somebody.
All right, now this is what Stephen A. saying about. Let's go here. Hold on. Where is that? Where is? Here we go right here. Listen to AB. Listen to AB. Now, shout out to those boys. I'm finna subscribe right now. Shout out to those boys over there, Roundaway Podcast. Adrian Broner did a podcast yesterday. He did an interview on a podcast yesterday called Roundaway Podcast. I want you guys to listen to something about loyalty, because you hear these guys on YouTube. Yeah, man, you got to be loyal, and we believe in being loyal to the top rank, or loyal to the PBC, or this and that. Loyalty. Like, you hear guys talking to you about loyalty online when they're not even loyal to themselves. You're not loyal to your girlfriends, your wives, your baby mama, whatever the case may be. You're not even loyal to boxing communities. How many times you seen dudes in certain boxing communities, they was on panels together, they was talking, they was riding with each other, laughing, kikiing, having fun, joking, and only to turn around and see these guys beefing with each other. So you try to preach loyalty in social media. Yeah, man. See, we loyal to Al Heyman, or we loyal to Bob Arum, this and that. It's about loyalty. How is your non-loyal ass gonna tell a fighter he should, when it comes to business and his money and the stuff that he made, the money that he makes to take care of his family, what loyalty is, when you can't even be loyal to a YouTube channel or somebody you subscribe to, or somebody who you're friends with on YouTube? You were down with them today and you switched out on them yesterday and started dropping videos and dissing them. Make it make sense to me. True. But let's see what Agent Broner got to say about loyalty.
It's kind of like, why these niggas don't want to fuck with Eddie Hearn? Like, why is it that none of y'all, like, even see Javante put a shit out like, yo, this nigga sent me $10 million. Like, I'm not taking it. Like, why is it? What is it about Eddie Hearn that, like, or is it the loyalty to Al? I don't know. Like, what is it? Honestly, Eddie Hearn that y'all don't rub y'all the wrong way? Because y'all don't care about the money, obviously.
It really don't.
Now, That's the $1 million question. What he asks. I like this podcast. This podcast is called Round the Way Podcast. Y'all check this out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link. Now, you're going to have, I'm going to let you hear it in its entirety to the 4-minute mark. You're going to hear now people who are pro the Invisible Man. If you are pro the Invisible Man, the man who you don't know what he look like, don't know what his voice sound like, and you don't see him. You see all the CEOs in the world. You see billionaires. You can see Carlos Slim from Mexico. He let his face be shown. He do interviews. Bill Gates let his face be shown. He do interviews. Warren Buffett. All of the just all of the top guys, right? Jay-Z, Beyonce, all that there, right? But if you fans of the Invisible Man, and you around here talking about I'm loyal, you ain't getting nothing out of it. You ain't benefiting from it. I want you to hear this because this is a $1 million question. Let's go. Because remember, the slave master, Eddie Hearn, the white devil, he offering all this money. We ain't don't nobody go over there to the slave master. This is the stuff that you guys be saying because you've been listening to too much of the conscious community. You got the white devil from the Nation of Islam. I know because I was in the Nation of Islam. That came from us. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's where that came from. So you're mixing all these different schools of thought. You're mixing Dr. Ben. You're mixing John Henrik Clark. You're mixing Marcus Garvey. You're mixing Clarence 13X. You're mixing Sinetta TV. You're mixing Unc from the Army Raw Squad. You're mixing Brother Polite. You're mixing Dr. Baba. You're mixing all these different schools of thoughts together. And you're just confused. But let's continue.
I don't know. Like, I got, like, what is it?
Honestly,
Eddie Hearn that y'all don't rub y'all the wrong way. Because y'all don't even care about the money, obviously.
It really don't be about the money. It's about, because in boxing, it comes your relationships with the higher ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people just be so deep in with a motherfucker, like, hey man, even though the money be so like, you know what I mean, but they just can't go over there. They just can't get over there. But
is it loyalty or niggas are scared to go over there?
Yeah, it's loyalty, but there comes a time where it's like, look, nigga,
you can't be too loyal to hurt yourself now.
It comes a time where it's like, look, bro.
I want you to hear this. Is it loyalty? Because I heard Tank Davis say that, listen, man, Eddie Hearn offered me $10 million to fight Ryan Garcia. I turned it down. I ain't taking no $10 million. That's slave wages. How you gonna offer me $10 million? Yeah, but you get 1.5 from Al Heyman. True. That's slave wages. That old white devil, Eddie Hearn, offering me 10 million funky raggedy dollars. Are you getting $10 million to fight Hector Garcia? I'm asking. Let's continue.
They talking about giving me this. If y'all ain't talking about giving me this, then I gotta go over there and get this money.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Facts.
So what everybody just seen me do was like, hey, look, Al, I fuck with you. Steven knows, I love y'all to death. And I always
they still fuck with you. I seen Espinosa talk about you like a week ago.
Always will. I talk to Al damn near every day still. But I got to go get this money.
It's too sweet.
What? I gotta go get this money. And that's what I did. And we right here. It would be okay Prime.
Let's go, BK Prime.
Now check this out. Check this out. Don't you know there's dudes online mad at Adrian Broner? The same dude that was mad at Terrence Crawford, mad at Adrian Broner? How can you listen? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna shut this down. How can a broke nigga from Wakanda on YouTube, YouTube channels, Alphabet Boy low IQ YouTube channels, King of Zamunda YouTube channels. How can you get mad at a fighter for not accepting a contract where he's not getting paid any money guaranteed? He's getting paid 35% of nothing. Whatever we give you. You get made at Agent Broner because, oh man, he should have stayed loyal. But the man wasn't getting paid offered nowhere near the money that he's getting offered with BLK Prime. You say that you are black, you support black businesses, but yet you defecate on the black business called BLK Prime. You pick and choose which blacks you want to support. You have this fake outrage. You dudes, the black content creators, you are some of the, and your subscribers are so low IQ. You have the lowest IQs in sports, period. There's nobody dumber than you. You lack common sense. You lack critical thinking skills. Your educational level is so low. These dudes are mad at Agent Broner because he went to BLK Prime. He ain't stay lower the aisle. Lower for what? They offering me 8 figures. This dude offered me a whole canned cheese sandwich and telling me to sit around and wait. We ain't got no fight dates, but yet he's supposed to stay lower to what? A sinking ship? You telling him to do something that you won't do. When you're working at a job, right, and you're not making the type of money that you want to make, do you stay loyal to that job or do you go find another job that's going to pay you more money? True, true, true. DeMartin, Ahmed, Halim, what you say, the boss is signed, you say, what's my cash out? This is my cash out right here. This is my cash out right here. Cash out right there at the bottom. TRUMediaTodayUSA. When you're working on a job, and that job is not paying you the type of money that you want to make, I'm going to show you the hypocrisy you do. This is why I will body any Alphabet Boy channel. Any Wakanda channel, listen, because I hit you with facts, I hit you with common sense. I just ask simple questions. You are so loyal to the invisible man, a man who you can't see, don't cut you no check, you don't make a dime off of him. If you're working on a job, and that job is paying you $5 an hour, $10 an hour, and you have an opportunity to go to a job that's going to pay you $25 an hour, $30 an hour, do you say, well, I got to be loyal, I got to be loyal. It's about loyalty. Do you stay on that job making $10 an hour, or do you go to the job that's going to make you $25 an hour? So you're a bunch of hypocrites. The hypocrisy is at an all-time high when it comes to you El Fulios. I'm going to listen to you. Sign the contract. 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. Take whatever we give you. You niggas. I'm just asking for a friend. I ain't got but a GED, but I have a master's degree in common sense. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Let's finish.
25th, BLK Prime is on your phone.
We gonna be in the A for that, boy.
We going to the A for this shit, man.
We gonna be in the A for that. Straight up.
I think BLK Prime is going to be around for a long time. And I'm not just saying that because I'm with them. I'm saying that because what's going on in the world right now. A lot of people and a lot of these boxers don't even see what boxing is changing into and how the game is changing. And BLK Prime was ahead of the game. And I think they're going to be a big deal in boxing.
Okay, that's what's up. They put on a big fight the other day with Terrence Crawford and
that shit was sold out.
Cyborg, that shit was sold out. I seen it. But you know, people be hating though, man.
Nah, they did good.
Now I met Agent Bro. Let's go.
Numbers, they did some.
The other day with Terrence Crawford and David Neeson and
that shit was sold out.
Cyborg, that shit was sold out. I seen it. But you know, people be hating though, man.
Nah, they did good numbers. They did some good numbers too.
That's what's up. And that's black owned?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's what's up.
Yeah.
Black owned. But you notice the pro-blacks on YouTube, you know, they pick and choose when they want to support black owned. We gotta bang against the Mexicans. We got to bang against these Uncle Tom, Coon, Uncle Ruckus blacks that's going against the grain. Okay, but when you defecate on other black fighters and you defecate on another black-owned company, isn't that going against the grain? What type of code of ethics do you have? You guys are so confused. You don't know which way is up. And you want me to follow you? Listen to you. No, sir, it'll never happen. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. And I reserve the right to insult you, disrespect you at every goddamn chance I get. And I reserve the right to run your ass off the block every time you come over here. You're too low IQ. I gotta dumb my show down just to even talk to these fools. Because my level of intelligence is so high, but when I come here, I gotta dumb it down a little bit. I have to. And I gotta smoke weed just to even do the show before the show starts. Because I honestly detest these niggas. I do. They're dumb. They're dumb. They're just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Hey, what to say, Swat Jones? He says some of y'all seem like y'all following Coach, like a code or something. To think different is not Wakanda. He said, you should just listen to Coach's definition of Wakanda again. Yeah. Nah, listen, hey, Swat Jones, salute to you, fam. Yeah, man, listen, we don't want this ain't no code over here, man. I don't listen. This ain't no code over here, and everybody ain't got to agree with me. There's a method to my madness. You got to understand. I come from a marketing background, guys, and I was in this on 25 years. I've been doing this shit 28 years deep. Receipts on top of receipts with it as well, right? I've been trained by some of the best ministers. So just some of the best men, period. Very, very highly intelligent men that trained me. And I'm talking about older brothers. These dudes in their 60s, 70s. I learned from the old coons, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? No pun intended. And just going through life experiences, right? So I have a total different perspective than an 85er. An 85er, when I was in the nation, an 85 is someone who's deaf, dumb, and blind. 85% of the people are deaf, dumb, and blind, and swatting out of their mind. You got the 10%ers who are the 10%ers are the teachers of they're the poor righteous teachers. Their job is to wake the people up. Then you have the 5%ers that control everything. You get what I'm saying? Well, the 5%ers, because you got the 5%ers are the ones like the 5%ers, like you got the 5% nation. Their job is to wake, teach the people and stuff like that. You got the 10% of the population, the power structure that control everything, and then you have the 5%ers who their job is to wake up the dead. The 5%ers got a hell of a job waking the dead up. 5%ers got a hell of a job waking the dead up. The worst type of people to try to wake up are those who think they know, but they don't know they don't know. Those who know not and know not they don't know not, it's very hard to wake them up. But the worst is the nigga who think he knows, but don't know he don't know a goddamn thing. That's the worst. So call me what you want to call me, Cool Uncle Tom, Sell Out Uncle Ruckus. I don't care. When this live ends, I'm gonna go outside, smoke me one, walk through my neighborhood, probably take a little jog, come back in this office, get back to work, because I have other work to do. But I say all that to say this, I'm going to leave this with you guys, right? Never lack critical thinking skills. Always challenge everything. And always have an open mind. When you are closed-minded, narrow-minded, lack critical thinking skills, participate in the victim Olympics, you will never be successful in life. True. Other than that, that's it. Let's give everybody a round of applause. We out of here, man. It is what it is. Once again, it's on, man. It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. True Media Today, USA Boxing. Don't ever forget what we've done for y'all.
Don't ever forget.
Ever.
When I found you, don't ever forget. When I found you, you was strung out on coke. When I found you, you was like a big house, contemplating about killing yourself. So don't you ever forget who brought you to big time boxing. I drugged you back. I brought you back. I provided food and put food on your table for your family to eat. and I'm doing it for the second time. So don't you ever forget that.
Sometimes common sense is not just so common. Let them know, Rob.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and sing Al Heyman. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? I'm about to
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name, you know.
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Yes, sir.
Sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll smack the shit out in front of everybody.
Only dark times for you.
I mean, just throw Haney's name in the hat. There is no fucking hat.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I don't play them type of games.
Leonard L.B. Why you always talking about me?
Did you fucking learn your lesson from that? With AJ?
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
I'll knock that motherfucker's hole out. Period.
Only dark times for you.
There ain't no hats to throw nothing in here. We're running a fucking business.
Ain't no sunshine when Tank's gone.
You fucking idiot.
Leonard L.B. Why you always talking about me?
Shout out to the Martin. Okay. For dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy. He said only those with common sense question it. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Jugs. He said, Coach, you forgot to give Tank the Broner for me. Oh, okay. You talking about talking about all
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to
that
win.
soft. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Hey, man, I see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. They have the weigh-in tomorrow for the Tank Davis fight. Anthony Peterson will be fighting on that fight card. So shout out to Ant, Team Freeway, you know what I mean? I should have been in D.C., but I couldn't go. But I will be in Atlanta next month for the Adrian Broner fight, BLK Prime. I will be there. And much love to everybody, man. You guys know, man, how we do it, man. I see you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know my motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.